This is arguably the game of the weekend, man, and we are live. Hey guys, how you going? So BKR Sport. I'm ready to rock and roll now. I finished my week here. My first, well, not my first week. I finished the first 6 days because tomorrow's our rest day. So I'm rested up, ready to rock and roll here for the final game of the day, which is the Melbourne Storm travelling to Cronulla to take on the Cronulla Sharks. Now, obviously, we were live before as the New Zealand Warriors were taking on the Redcliffe Dolphins at Suncorp Stadium, where the Warriors were able to just come out trumps in the end, man. It was a super close game. Manly might actually score here. Manly will score again. So there's Manly versus Cowboys is on right now. Manly going to beat the Cowboys up there in North Queensland. They're up 24-6 right now with a kick to come. Bench boy, which gets a bit of a lucky one there with the bounce coming back to him. But, you know, the first couple of games, so far, I'm tipping a perfect round. I think most people would. I did tip the Eels over the Knights. I did tip the, who else did I tip? I tipped the Eels over the Knights. I tipped the Warriors over the Dolphins. I tipped the Bulldogs over the Roosters, and that's it so far. Yeah, that's right, because there's no Thursday game because that was the women's game. Okay, well, I didn't tip a perfect round because... Oh, I did tip New South Wales as well. So, you know what? I'm doing all right here, but most people would have tipped a perfect round unless you support one of the teams who have been losing. And, yeah, look, I did think that Manly would beat the Cowboys up there, even though they've been in some pretty rough form for the most part recently. But this game is really hard to predict between the Sharks and the Storm. I know everyone's going to come in thinking Storm are bolters guaranteed. Lock it in, Eddie. Don't think it's lock it in, Eddie. Bullshit, nothing. I don't think nothing here. I don't think it's lock it in nothing at the moment because the Cronulla Sharks, they're starting to come into the form that we expect them to be in. They're still not convincing, but I feel like by the amount of wins that they are starting to back themselves up with now after a pretty interesting start of the season, like in their first 5 games, they were 2 from 5. You know, they lost 3 out of their... Oh, no, sorry, they were 3 from 5. No, they were. They were only 2 wins from their first 5. So I tipped them to win the comp this year, the Sharks. And then in their first 5 games, they lost to the Panthers, controversially, over there in Vegas. They beat the Cowboys 36-12. They beat the Rabbitohs 27-12. They lost to the Dogs 20-6 and 24-20 to the Raiders before finally getting a win again against Manly 24-18 over there in Perth. But that was a very, very big struggle streak for the first 5 games. But now, in their recent weeks, last week they beat Manly 30-14. The week before that, they beat the Eels 28-18. The week before that, they lost to the Tigers, though, 20-18. But the week before that, they won 34-14 over the Knights and 24-18 over Manly. So in their last 5 games, they're 4 from 5, which is a good return serve on the back foot of that first 5 games. So the Sharks are starting to find a bit of form, but again, not super convincing just yet. I would say the Sharks versus Manly game last week, which was 30-14 to the Sharks in the end, was actually a really close game until the last 10 minutes where the Sharks decided to just blow them apart, right? So I think that's caused a little bit of a facade. They're still not convincing in their wins, but because they're winning as much as they are, and they were so close to winning that game at Leichhardt Oval 2, but it was just an extra time game, and the Tigers were able to win in the end because of a stupid penalty, which was a legitimate penalty, just a stupid penalty by the Sharks to give away. But they could have easily been 5 from 5 in their last 5. So the Sharks are starting to get a bit of momentum. On the other side of things, though, with the Melbourne Storm, they've been pretty shaky this season for what we would expect from them, right? They started off the season with a 56-18 win over the Eels. That was kind of expected. Then they had the bye. Then they beat the Panthers 30-24. We didn't know to the extent of the Panthers how poor they were going to be this season at that point. So at the time, it was a great win, but also the Panthers kind of came back in that game. Then they lost to the Dragons 14-8, beat Manly 48-24, beat the Warriors 42-14, and then they lost 42-22 to the Dolphins, which was massive because they were up 16-2 in that game, and you never expect the Melbourne Storm of all teams to throw out big leads like that. That's a 14-point lead against the Dolphins, who at the time had won 1 game all season, or maybe 2 games all season. I think it won in just the 1. But anyway, point of the matter was, shouldn't have been losing that game, and by as big of a margin as it was. Then they beat the Rabbitohs 24-16 in a close one down there in Melbourne, lost to the Raiders at Suncorp Stadium 20-18, and then go and beat the Tigers 64-0. So what is Melbourne Storm's season? What is their season right now? I don't get it. They've got a bye next week, which is huge, but then again, so many teams do have a bye next week, which is massive for pretty much everybody. So it's a very important week to get a win this week, considering the bye round of Origin is incoming. Tomorrow is when we find out the New South Wales lineup later in the day after the final game, and then Queensland's lineup usually comes out early morning on Monday. So yeah, look, let's get into these 2 team lineups here, guys, but this is going to be an interesting one to read because the Storm are no bolters, and the Sharks, like I thought they would be better than they've been so far this season, but 4 out of 5 of their last games game is pretty impressive. Now, obviously, guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and don't forget to go check out BKRtravel after this video, where we do travel content now. There'll be a new video out tomorrow. Yesterday, we put out Holi Festival in India. So if you want to see how festivals happen in another country, in India of all places, then please go check that out on BKRtravel. That is our travel channel. Now, the Sharks come to this game from 5th position. The Storm come to this game from 3rd position, as this is at Shaggy Park, Shark Stadium in Sydney. Just call it Shaggy Park, NRL. I know some of you watch this. Come on, man. Call it Shaggy Park on NRL.com. We all know it as Sharky Park. There's no Ramondus. There's no Jack, whatever, alright? We don't care about the sponsorships. It's always Shaggy Park. Just like Brookvale will always be Brookvale. Call it Shaggy Park on NRL.com. I'm putting in a protest. The Sharks in here, Sifa Talakai, with the out being Thomas Hazelton. The fullback is William Kennedy, who's currently leading the Dally M's, believe it or not. The wingers are Samuel Stone Street and Ronaldo Molitalo. Centers are Jesse Ramian and Kyle Ero. The 5'8" is Braden Trindle, with the halfback being Nico Hines. The front row forwards are Adam Fanor-Blake and Orica Confusi. Blake Brayley is the number 9. You go to the back row, Britt Nakora and Billy Burns. The 13 is Cameron McInnes, who is the captain, with the interchange being Daniel Atkinson, Jesse Colhoun, Sifa Talakai and Braden Hamlin-Ueli, with Hoheva Peru as the 18th man replacement and Craig Fitzgibbon as the coach. One question here for the chat. You guys, I won't be able to see your comments until after I do the ladder and stuff, but one question for the chat. Why on NRL.com is it KL Ero? Why is it not Kyle Ero anymore? As in Kayal is what it used to be. Now on NRL.com for the last 3-4 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, maybe, it's been KL Ero. Literally just a K and an L. So can anybody explain to me what is the go with that? Is that just, I don't understand what's happening there. Anyway, long story short, say it every week, Sharks very balanced team. Don't know how they haven't been performing even better than they have been so far this season, especially in those early rounds. Maybe it was just adjusting into the new system, adjusting into the way, Adam Fanor-Blake gets introduced, and Nico Hines having to turn up alongside Braden Trindle. I don't know. William Kennedy has been having a good season. Dally M, though, I don't know about Dally M. Don't know about Dally M worthy for William Kennedy, but he has been having a good season. The hate is always going to be overrated for everyone who isn't one of the big bobbers. And even Nathan Cleary gets hate. So it's no matter what, you're going to see hate. William Kennedy is an underrated fullback, but Dally M worthy, I don't know about that. So look, I think the Sharks have a very, very good roster here. I think they have a very good roster. The Storm, on the other hand, they've got Harry Grant coming back in. Huge in, with Tui Kamikamitha coming in as well. Outs are Bronson Garlick and Kane Bradley. You go to the fullback, little Bubby, Ryan Papanow's, and gee whiz, the mullet of dreams. With Swilla Olvi Farlongo and Xavier Coates on the wings. Grant Anderson and Nick Meaney are the centres. You go to 5'8", Cameron Munster. Halfback is Jerome Hughes. With the props being Stefano Utuakamanu and Josh King. The number 9 he's back, Harry Grant, who is the captain. You go to the back row, Sean Bloor and Eliasa Katoa, with the 13 being Trent Loiero. And then the interchange is Tyron Wishart, Alec McDonald, Tui Kamikamitha and Nelson Asafa Solomona, with the 18th man replacement being Joe Chan and Craig Bellamy being the coach. What do you want me to say here about the Melbourne Storm? They are the Melbourne Storm. They are a very good team. They should be favourites pretty much for every single game. They were the favourites coming into this season for who was going to win the comp on the bookies department. Overall, this Storm team has a very, very good team. And even when you look at players like Josh King or Trent Loiero or Sean Bloor or Nick Meaney, Grant Anderson, guys that you wouldn't regard as the biggest stars of the game, they turn up for this Melbourne Storm team. And that's what the Storm always do. They can bring the best out of anybody. Alec McDonald's another one. Even Tui Kamikamitha, but then again, he plays for Fiji. They've got a really big bopping team here. Look, I've got to try and... that game from Papanow's last week was absolutely spectacular. The game from the Storm last week was absolutely spectacular. They've been super up and down, man. I don't know. I feel like there could be an upset on the cards here. I feel like there could be an upset on the cards, but maybe that's just because of my preseason thought process that the Sharks are going to win the comp. Maybe I'm letting that filter in. I do think the favourites should be the Storm here. I think the Storm should absolutely be favourites, coming off a 64-0 win against the Tigers, who actually beat the Sharks 3 weeks ago. I'm going to go the underdog here. I'm going to tip the underdog on the basis that they are at home. If this was in Melbourne, I'd be tipping Melbourne probably, not with 13 plus, but I'd still be saying Melbourne win. Sharks don't have a great record with the Storm, but they have not a long-standing rivalry, probably about since 2015, 2016 times rivalry. Even in 2009, the Storm actually knocked the Sharks out of the the finals earlier, or was it 2008? I think it was the prelim before they got pumped 40-0 in the grand final by Manly. So Sharks should probably thank the Melbourne Storm for that, actually, even though they were cheating at the time, so don't thank shit. But look, I'm going to take the underdog here just because I think it'll be interesting. I'm very aware that the Storm are favourites, and I'm very aware the Storm probably should win this game, and probably will win this game. But I'm going with the underdogs. I'm going with the Sharkies. I feel like they may be able to sneak one here, and the Storm have been super inconsistent throughout the year. But even though there is a lot to play for both these teams today, because they're in the similar position on the table. So in regards to the ladder, if the Storm are to win today, they're on 14 points. They're equal with the Raiders. They cannot go higher than third because the Warriors won today. Controversially, but they won today. So they're on 18 points. The Dogs are on 20 points in first. The Storm win, they would go to 16 points, which means that they will finish in third because the Raiders would have to win. They're on plus 48. The Storm are on plus 140. They would quite literally have to win by 92 as it is, plus whatever they won by today. So good luck to the Raiders doing that. But then again, they're playing my Titans. You never know. If the Storm were to lose this game, they're not going anywhere for the time being, unless they lost by 40. Because the Sharks are on 12, plus 65. The Storm are on 14 with plus 140. If they lost by 40, which again is not happening, would go to 100. And if the Sharks won by 40, they'd go to plus 105. So they would technically jump them. Not going to happen, though. So the only worry would be the Raiders, but the Raiders would have to beat the Titans, because otherwise it would be, currently 92 and then minus whatever they were to lose by here today. It's not going to be big enough for the Raiders to jump them to, based off of losing their game and the Storm losing their game, right? And so basically the Raiders can't go above them unless they win this weekend. The lowest the Storm can go is into 4th position. Technically, it is into 5th position if the Sharks won by 40, but let's just say the lowest the Storm can go is into 4th position. The Sharks, on the other hand, they are in a bit of a different situation. Now, the Manly Seagulls have just won their game against the Cowboys. The ladder hasn't updated just yet. So Manly will be on 12 with them, and their points differential, geez, actually, how much did Manly win by just then? How much did Manly win by just then? 24-6, so they won by 18 points. So Manly plus 20, they go to plus 38. So the Sharks, if they were to lose this game, they're on plus 65. Manly are now on plus 38. They'd have to lose by 55, 45, 35. Basically 30 points to go below Manly. The Cowboys can't jump above them now with their loss. The Broncos could jump them. There just has to be a 19-point swing there. The Broncos play the Dragons tomorrow. And the Tigers with their 10 points. There's a lot of teams down here on 10 points. The Tigers, they play the Rabbitohs, but the Tigers have a minus 44 points differential after their 64-0 flogging last week. Roosters already played. Rabbitohs have a minus 62 with Tigers. So realistically, the Sharks, if they lose, they can only drop to like 6-7. They're not going to drop too far. But if they win, for the time being today, they would go above the Raiders. They would go above them because the Raiders are on 14 points with a plus 48. Sharks plus 65. So it would mean the Raiders would have to win to stay in the top 4 tomorrow. So hopefully, Sharkies fans, we can do something for you. But I don't know about my good ghost. But the Sharks would, for the time being, go into 4th position, and they would have to win by about 38, 40 odd points to go above the Melbourne Storm into 3rd position. But super, super unlikely. But the Warriors will be cheering the Sharks here today, and so will the Bulldogs. With that being said, though, if the Sharks win, it adds another team to the equation to chase you down. But you'll be 4 points separated. So, yeah, lots to play for here today for both these teams. Neither one of them are going to be dropping off too much. A win is quite crucial to keep their eyes on the minor premiership and whatnot. Not that anyone really gives a shit about the minor premiership, and teams who win the minor premiership don't normally go on to win the premiership, besides maybe the Panthers in the last couple of years. But obviously, you want to finish as high as you possibly can on the table to show that you are a big bopper team, man. But look, I'm going to take the underdogs here today. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know. But I genuinely just get one of those underdog vibes, and I could easily see a Storm buddy slap up as well. I've seen plenty of Storm slap ups here against the Shaggies. I've seen plenty slap ups. I've seen plenty of slap ups. But guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get to the chat. Let's see what you are saying. All right, so let's move this bad boy across. Move this bad boy across. Olivia says, "Have the fitness class. It was good. Wasn't too hard today. It was actually nice. Very hot here. Humid though. Very humid." She teaches, "Hey Blaze, what's up, man? I'm exploring which country. I'm in Thailand right now. Sawasti Krupp, my friend." And Mitchell says, "Storm haven't played in 2 weeks. That's weird." No, Mitchell. No. You've mistaken here. But then again, there wasn't a stream last week for the Storm Tigers, so maybe you might be right. But no. If I go and have a look, it does tell me that it was 64-0 actually to the Melbourne Storm. Yeah. Shatish says, looks like you have lost weight. Really? Already? Brother, I've only been in 5 days, but then again, it is 5 fitness classes a day, dude. So, or 4, I've been kind of doing 4, but 5 fitness classes a day. So, look, I hope so, man, but I'm here for like 6 weeks. So, if I've already lost weight, gee whiz, I'm going to be like The Rock. I mean, like The Rock. You're lucky to have a shirt on for this stream at this moment, you know? You're not going to have a shirt on. Deary me. You're lucky to even call this a shirt, to be honest. He's at a vegan health camp. Definitely not vegan here, Jay. Definitely not vegan. But also, today's my off day, which is a cheat day, which means I can kind of enjoy what I want. I'm going to stick to a kind of keto diet. I'm going to have like fish and stuff at the markets. Oh, the fish here looks amazing, dude. There's a market across the road from me. I think it's called Tamarind Market or Cicada Market. And like the side stall fish. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. It smells so good. I'm gonna eat here tonight, but then tomorrow we can go breakfast, lunch, dinner, wherever we want. Because it's a complete rest day. How was your class? It was good, man. It was good. Kale is a tribute to his dad, I'm pretty sure. He changed it himself. Can't remember the full story. Well, there you go. Miss Me says hello. Hello, sir. Why Not says Bulldogs for life, best fans in the whole world. For what? Well, I didn't see many of you fans at the Knights 66-0 over the Bulldogs a couple of years ago. Wasn't a big crowd there. I will say the Bulldogs, when they're going red hot, are some of the best fans in the world. When they are successful, they're going very, very well. Their fans are the best in the world. Doesn't necessarily translate to when they're not going too well. But I will compare that with the Eels, right? Because the Eels, when they're going well, I wouldn't say that their atmosphere changes a significant amount. Like, obviously, that Sivo game in 2019, I was there. That was a great atmosphere. But overall, Eels fans as a collective, when the Eels are going well to when the Eels aren't going well, I just don't seem to feel that much difference, right? Whilst the Broncos, you can clearly tell when they're going well. The Bulldogs, you can clearly tell when they're going well. The Warriors, you can clearly tell when they're going well. But Tigers, I guarantee it when that happens. Knights, I would put on a similar level to the Eels. I don't think that Knights fans... Knights fans are good and they turn up and whatnot. I don't think Knights fans realise how much people don't really take too much notice, though. Raiders are going to be the exact same. Like, Raiders aren't making too much noise to fan base. So, and Storm, like, they've always gone well and no one hears their fan base. So, you know, like, it's... I would say the Bulldogs have a great fan base when they're going well. But if we go back a few years ago, your averages were very, very low. Satish says K means Kanara, which is his grandfather's name. L stands for Lakesh, which is his father's name. Rahul is his name. Did you Google this? Satish, I'm impressed if that's the case. If you knew this without this, I'm impressed. KL Ero meaning. Kyle Roy Ero. Ero is the son of former player Kevin Ero. Oh, is it K-I? Is that what it says there? No, it's K-L. I don't really know. Ero made a try-screw in return from a head. Why? Here we go. Oh yeah, Cronulla Sharks star Kyle Ero has revealed he has decided to officially change his name to KL Ero in honour of his famous father. Speaking of Hedge of Magic. Okay, so basically it was because of his father. There you go. Good stuff. Last year I always thought Bronson Garlick and Will Warbrick were related. I don't know why. Yeah, don't know why. Two very different last names, mate, but thank you. Klaus says, oh yeah, the Sharks. Yeah, the Sharks are on, mate. Sharks are on here, son. Daz, mate, says, I must be drunk. No way I'm hearing the Cowboys play their team song on the PA after a loss. After a 13-plus loss, too. Did they actually play their theme song? That's crazy if they did. I think that Dan is right, though. I think Dan is right in regards to getting the draw song put on after a draw. I think that's amazing. That's amazing. Seth Rice says, Jake, the Blues captain out of the first Origin game. I will say, Jake Trebojevic has been fantastic for years, but is this a bit of a blessing in disguise for New South Wales? Maybe. But then again, touch wood, God bless the guy. Hope he's all right. But I'm just saying, on a pure 40 level, think you can go better. Jared Fat Money says, Surf Rider, yeah, that's sucked to see with his second concussion in the past couple of weeks. Yeah. Tasman says, Bulldogs are clear on top of why would me, a Bulldogs fan, be cheering on a bunch of peasants in the Sharks, or Storm for that matter? What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, Daz? Lagan says, Blaze has that dent in his cheekbones modelling session upcoming. Mate, get Calvin Klein on him, me son. Get Calvin Klein. Mate, 5 days in, dearie me. You know, once I shave this, once I get this shave going, you're going to see abs on my cheeks. you'll see abdominals on my cheeks. Kennel was dead for years. Daz, mate, you've never said anything more true, and it's so funny to see these little social media blokes who love to talk shit going and sitting into the kennel every week, pretending like they were there throughout all the shit in the kennel. And it's like, bro, there were some people in the kennel, but it was never loud. It wasn't a thing for a good 10 years. Like the only relevant active areas for many years was the chook pen, the front line, because of what I was creating there alongside the people at the front line who were doing their great work too. The burrow, but the burrow's kind of dead as well now, but they're still trying to kick along. There are still some people kicking along. And then who was another one? For many years, it was kind of us three, man. There really wasn't. Broncos tried to start one, it failed. Sharks are out in the field, by the way, so with the Storm. Storm never... Oh, Storm kind of have something, but they just don't make... They just aren't really, like, big on the scene. They're just not massive on the scene, man. That's just, wow, no swearing. No, plenty of swearing here, mate. Plenty of swearing, buddy. You know, we're different. Nowadays, we don't care. We have a laugh. Gary says, hi again, everyone. How was your class, Blaze? What a performance from Manly. Superb start of the day. Well, it is the afternoon/night, so a bit different to a superb start. But great result there for Manly. Puts them up into... equal with the Sharks right now, but that's before this game. The Storm will kick it off here, guys, and the Sharks will grab it from about 5 metres out, and they'll give it off here to big Oregon Kafusi, taken down here at the 15. Skunk says, where's Kelly and Connor at? Don't give a shit where Kelly is, but Connor was just misspelling things. But I do, you know, and what, just such a wank comment in that last stream. Like, you can... It's just such a wank comment, bro. That's why we removed him for the stream. Third tackle now here for the 30. Klaus says, who do you go for, Dads, mate? He goes for the Gold Coast Titans. Gold Coast Titans. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Sharks get the ball here at the 45. My brain just clocked off for a second then. Dasmus says, Klaus, what am I currently watching on your channel? What are you watching on his channel? And the Storm will grab this ball here at the 15, and they'll be taken out now to the 20 with Siwalawi Faolongo. Olivia says, I'm going to be 24 on Tuesday. I'm getting old, guys. Well, dearie me. Are you Taurus? No, you're not Taurus. You would be a Gemini, wouldn't you? I think, because Taurus ends like now. Or maybe earlier on in the week. Storm out to the left-hand side now. They give it off into Sean Bloor. And then it's going to be Grant Anderson taken down about 35 metres out here from his own line down on the wing. Skidder Medi got timed out. What do you do? What did Smutterbush do? What do you do? Daz is top 5 Broncos fans. Oh, did you get timed out for saying that? All right, so the Storm here. They're away at the 30. They've given it off to Harry Grant. Harry Grant underneath. Oh, this is not a good start for Cronulla. The Storm have already broken through a couple of times. They get the offload away here. Jerome Hughes, 4th tackle, kicks it across. Where's the ball going to bounce? Bushka, you knew that was coming. But far along, they're going to call a penalty high tackle. That's crazy. And Elias Akatoa's going to come in over the top for a penalty as well. So penalty to the Melbourne Storm here. This is a hot start, dude. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, you bludgers. He's going right, Nate. Get into him. Get into him. Get into him. Hit the thumbs up, you cats. Miss May says, hello, which team were you supporting before the Titans came into existence? I got around the Sharkies for my mum. Obviously, I was in Brisbane as a young lad, so I was getting around the Bronx. And also I was never really a Manly. I was born in Cold I only lived there for 2 weeks as a 2-week-old. So I never really got behind the Dragons, but they were a shout at some stage. But for the most part, if the Titans had never existed, and we moved to the Gold Coast when I was like 12, 13, when the Titans actually came to the comp. So if the Titans had never existed, I actually probably would have become a Broncos fan, which is blasphemy. But in the same sense, the Titans did exist, they do exist, and I am not a Broncos fan. And if the Titans ever got removed from the competition, I'd go to the Sharks for my mum. So it's first tackle here for the Storm. They're 10 metres out. Jerome Hughes gives it off here to Munster. But I would never have the same passion. The same passion would be gone. I'd just be, enjoying the game because I still enjoy the game. But the same passion wouldn't be there for the Sharks as it is for the Titans. Then again, though, maybe I support the Perth Bears. How about that? So third tackle here at the 10. Might even support the second New Zealand team when they come in. How about that? All right, so Stefano Utuakamanu's 4th tackle at the 4. You would never catch me dead going to a Perth Bears game and supporting the Bears. So 4th tackle, Jerome Hughes gives it off to Meaney, and Meaney's going to be 7 metres away from the line. Out to the left. Munster puts it up and knocked back by the Storm, but the Sharks will get it through Britain Cora. No, it's going to be a knock on, they say. Oh, it's a penalty to the Storm. Oh, they could go for the 2. Skankle, thank you very much for letting me know about the scoreboard. Jay Hayes, he forgot to do it. Deary me. His disappointment, that bloke. He really is. Really, really, questionable character. Questionable character, Mr. Hayes J. Alright, so they won't go for the 2. They will go for the try here, the Storm. Livy says, I'm actually in the inner sanctum tomorrow for the Broncos game. I'm so sorry to hear. 1 ticket for my birthday, so that will be cool. Get to see the boys warm up through the one-way window. Just put the finger up at them. Tell them they did dick. How about that? So first tackle, and there'll be 3 metres out of the line. Tell Reece Walsh that I called him Reese's Pieces. How about that one? Let him know. Let him know, the old Reese's Pieces. Actually, I should never encourage people to go and talk to players on my behalf. Don't do that. So third tackle here at the 10. Trust me, after situations in the past, do not do that. Third tackle, even though I know he wouldn't give a shit, but did not do that. Third tackle at the 10, Jerome Hughes. He's 15 metres out. Oh, that's an easy try with the Storm right on through. That is too easy for Grant Anderson, and it's going to be 4-0 with the kick to come. 4-0 here with the kick to come. Deary me, that was too easy. Sephiroth says Perth Bears or Bear Perth, mate. Not Bear Perth. Definitely not. Actually, you know what? I'd probably support Bear Perth instead of Perth Bears. Probably would. This all came off the top of that high tackle from Molatalo on Fa'alongo. Miss Message, do you play fantasy or Supercoach? I'm way too busy to be playing fantasy Supercoach, man. I'm way too busy. We've got 5 fitness classes a day. I've been in India for 2 months. I'm now in Thailand for the last week, but I'll be here for about 2-3 months. I'm way too busy to be playing fantasy Supercoach, but I would love to. It's good fun. But I'm too busy. Especially with BKRtravel content too. It's so difficult to get a consistent rhythm with BKRtravel, eh? But this guy slipped into it. Definitely a penalty, buddy. Definitely a penalty. Ezra Mam is those, so that will be interesting. Very much be interesting. Very much be interesting. I can't wait for the million questions about Ezra Mam tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Actually, it's the Titans game before that. If the Titans game is before that, it's going to be really... My mood's going to be interesting to have to deal with the Ezra Mam question 24/7. No, Titans games are after that. Good. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. So there we go. They will get the kicks, but it's 6-0 here to the Melbourne Storm. 6 minutes into the game. Tasman says, stick the finger up at the 10-day contract player returning tomorrow. Gary says, great running line for that try. Yeah, look, and the Sharks defense is in tatters there, but it was a great line from Grant Anderson. Is India a good place to visit or nah? Delhi, not my style. Agra, not my style. Jaipur, not my style. Kind of my style, but Udaipur, yes. But if you want to know travel tips and all about India, trust me, go subscribe to BKRtravel in the pinned comment, because there's heaps of videos. You can go and check out a Delhi vlog from yesterday. So yeah, BKRtravel's the content for you if you want to know more about India. So Jerome Hughes, he'll give this ball off now to Utwakamanu, and he'll be taken down to the 10. First tackle. Also, Bluey and Bingo are going to be at the game tomorrow. I wonder if Peter will have a problem about that now. I hope they do. I hope they do. And I also hope that they realise we don't give a shit. I hope they do. Is Grant coming to the Broncos? No, Olivia. Harry Grant's not coming to the Bronx. So Harry Grant now will get the ball here at the 25, and now's going to be 4th tackle at the 32. No, they get the offload away here. Great offload very late, and Trent Loiero gets his ball to the 45, 4th tackle. Surely Ezra gets booed. We'll see. I think a lot of Broncos fans have been defending him. Dude, offload straight into the Sharks' hands. Adam Fanor-Blake, who shoves off Jerome Hughes, and Sharks will get the ball now at the 35. Not Harry Grant, the other one. The other one? Who's the other Grant? Olivia. I don't know who this other Grant is. Harry Grant. That's 6 again if the Sharks at the halfway point. I'm trying to think. Oh, Grant Anderson. Is he linked to the Broncos? That's such a random signing. That's extremely random. I never would have thought of his name. Grant Atkinson. Yeah, no, the Broncos definitely have Grant Atkinson in the books. Second tackle went out to 30. Jared Fartmoni says, I find it funny Bizza went to stream on Twitch during the Manly game for like 3 minutes before it cut out. Oh, did he actually put the game on, though? That might be why. If he actually put the game on, then that's why it would have cut out. Because he probably wouldn't realise that you can't just show the game. Out the back into Will Candy at the 15. Then he gets it off here to Jesse Ramian. And Ramian's going to be 10 metres out of the line. I feel like I saw a post ages ago. It's such a random signing of True. So Will Candy, he'll give it off here to Nico Hines. Then off to Oregon Kafusi. And Oregon Kafusi is going to be 8 metres away from the line, fit tackle. Desmond says, no way Broncos fans are defending what 10-day contract player did. Flick pass out of left. They've got a try coming up here for sure. Good defense from the Storm, but I think he might have still scored. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. I think he scored. I think he scored. Shaki's try. Ronaldo Mulatalo. Fortnite boy with a try. He plays Fortnite all day, but he also scores tries against the Melbourne Storm today. 8 minutes in, and it will be 4-6 with the kid to come. But yeah, no, Broncos fans, a lot of Broncos fans have been defending what 10-day contract player did. On their basis, they're kind of saying that, you know, everyone makes mistakes. And it's like, sure, everyone does make mistakes, but not everybody gets drunk and dragged up and gets behind a wheel. Allegedly. Try time. For the Shaggies, they will get it. So, yeah, people do make mistakes, but also people don't endanger other people's lives. Jared Fartmoney says, no, Bizzo was just going to play like COD and his stream stopped. Maybe his son turned off the Wi-Fi. Well, there you go. Miss Me says, would you rather AFB or Fisher Harris in your team? I personally would take Adam Van Blake. I would take Adam Van Blake and twice on Sundays. I think Fisher Harris is solid, but he literally was the reason the Dolphins got back into that game, for starters. And if you take away the clear no try for the Warriors, the Dolphins actually win that game by 2 points. But that's all just hearsay. Point matter is that, no, I would take Adam Van Blake every day of the week. Every day of the week. Rather HSP. Oh, Jay, come on. You know I can't have HSP right now. How dare you bring that up? So Nico Hines, he will curl it in. Good kick from Mr. Hines. 10 minutes into the game here, 30 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. 10 minutes into the game, 30 minutes to go. The first half. It's cheat day. Not cheat day. Cheat day's tomorrow. But also cheat day doesn't mean you go out and eat McDonald's or HSP or the KFC or the Burger King. I would like a Burger King. I would like a Whopper. Whopper. That's how it would sound here. But I cannot have a Whopper. Cannot have it. You're still going to be healthy. That's when I'm going to get some nice healthy fish. Wake up in the morning, get like a pineapple juice, you know, get it very freshen up. Bushka. Beautiful. Sunday's HSP day. Not when you're on a heavy fitness program like me. Levi says, so what the club, BKR, how is Thailand treating you? No, it's going good, man. It's going good. So is the club to you too. It's always cheat day when the Storm are playing. That's a good point, Levi. You're on top of it there. It is always cheat day when the old Melbourne Storm are playing. So first tackle here for the Sharks at the 20, and now they'll get this ball out to the 28 or so, second tackle. Abracadabra on Caxton is the bomb. Abracadabra is pretty good, to be fair. But they know you're coming. They know how to get you. They definitely know how to get you there. They would have so much foot traffic. Their rent would be through the roof for sure. Knock on there by the Sharks. So it's going to be Melbourne ball here at the 45. Okay, probably enough of the 24/7 question master now. Jay. Jay. So 29 minutes left here. But Britton Nakora will drop the ball, and it's going to be Storm ball in the attacking half. Spaniard has no idea what a kebab looks like, Jay says. Until I try the kebab out, I'm not going to criticize it, to be fair. Like, I would love to taste it first, but yeah, I haven't tried it. But I would love to go to Sydney or Melbourne or whatever and try what it tastes like. But yeah, I have no positive or negative criticism on Spaniard's stuff until I've actually had to try it. Joshua says, g'day. Ellis Storm with the ball here at the 45. Jerome Hughes rolls it in. And they'll go out to the left. Teams have learned to defend the scrum a lot better in recent weeks. The opening weeks of this season was just ridiculous. Like every single time a team had a scrum, they'd score. As a Manly fan, I've been disappointed with our season so far. Looking at the ladder, we are 6th and will remain in the top 8 by the end of the round. I'm so intrigued. Will you? Oh, yeah, points differential of all those other teams. Poor. I think I had Manly for 4th place, didn't I? I put Sharks first. I think I put Storm second. I put Panthers third. Most people did. Most people had them first, second. Left-hand side, Pappenhausen. Sean Blow. 5 metres out, fit tackle. But yeah, also, you just won. Yeah, you're right, Jay. You know? What's with the negativity after a big win against North Queensland? Good tape by Molitalo. He's had a good start. Besides that high tackle, he's had a good start at this game. And penalty to the Sharks as well. Molitalo's had a great start at this game. Oh my gosh, this guy talks a lot. Like he honestly, for a guy who makes as many mistakes as Molitalo does, like it's a surprise how much he does yap in the faces of the opposition. Like he's a big yapper. He's a massive yapper. If they had a burger from McDonald's, it'd be the big yap. That's for sure. But I mean, we didn't really set the world on fire, so it won't be negative. You won by 18 points, bro. You won like 24-6. What do you want them to do? Class the Saints beat the Broncos? Don't agree. First tackle now here for the Sharks. And it's going to be another 6 again, actually, for Cronulla. And Nico Hines gives it off here to Oregon Kafusi, who gets his ball here to just before the halfway point. What's your dog's name? Yeah, it's a good question, Olivia. What's Jay's dog's name? He's got plenty of them. I think he's probably got about 50 dogs by now. In this year alone, we've been hearing about all these dogs he's been going soon. Lot of dogs in birth. Lot of dogs. Alright, so second tackle. Now third tackle, sorry. At the 40, Nico Hines gives it to Brett Nakora, and he'll bring this ball to the 28. Upos is my dog's name. Wow. It's not very nice. So fourth tackle, and they'll kick this ball in the corner. Molitalo chasing it through. The ball will bounce. Oh, it's going to be a dropout. It's going to be a dropout. So Farlongo will drop it out. Will push the ball out dead. So it's going to be a dropout coming up here from Melbourne. But that was a good kick there. It just, unfortunately, didn't bounce out a little bit more to the left. Yeah, I'll be disappointed too, Levi. I'm disappointed that I'm not a Dogs fan. No, I'm alright with that one because... no, I can't make that joke I wanted to make. So, who's come off here? Jesse Ramian? Was that Ramian coming off the field just then? And that's not going to go 10, so that's going to be Sharks ball here. 10 metres out from the line. Fa'alongo, yeah, here's Jesse Ramian coming off the field for the Sharks. Fa'alongo finding it a bit hard to handle Molitalo for now. It's because Molitalo's a very good winger. Did they really play the cow song off the game? I don't know. This is what Daz was saying. All right. $3 donation from Brocky. It depends if they're a chick, brother. Appreciate you for your donation. Appreciate you for your donation. Depends if they're a chick. Second tackle here, 5. I will read it out. Do Thai chicks have a nice dump truck? You need help, mate. You need serious help. That's a knock on there from the Sharks, and it's going to be Storm ball at the 10. You need help, Rocky. Seriously. Hayden says Titans 13 plus tomorrow. Good luck. I hope so. Doubt it, but I hope so. But yeah, no, that pass from Braden Trindle was dreadful, and Munster was up on the line and was able to defend it easily, and it will be a knock on there from the Sharks. So Storm ball here at the 10. 4 from 5 from the Storm completions. 75% completion rate for the Sharks. I think they were like 2 more. Lucky my girlfriend doesn't watch these streams. Well, that's where you go wrong here, mate. That's where you go wrong. You got to get her onto them. You got to get him. Got to get her onto him, man. Scarlett says, I heard from sources he's seen a few good dump trucks, but then been ruined from the front. You definitely need help. Like, if there was anybody who needs the most help in life, it is you, Skunkle, and Jay Hayes together. You should do like duo therapy sessions, like a duo, like you know, when like Step Brothers. You know how they walk in as a duo? That's what you guys should do, but for therapy. So the Storm now will be taking out the 45. I'm glad I have no idea what you're talking about. Basically, what he's saying is great from the back, not great from the front. That is a very Skunkle, speaking from experience kind of ploy. So the Sharks will get this ball through Will Candy at the 18, and he's going to bring this ball out to the 22. No, not couples therapy, Skunkle. Just you both individually need to seek serious help. It's also a little bit weird that you're asking him to be a couple. Couple massage is pretty popular in Thailand. Also, if you want to go there, guys, don't know why we're talking about couples massage in Thailand right now. But out to the left-hand side of the Sharks, and they give it off here to Kyle Ero. Ero taking it out of the 45 on the Storm side of the field. No therapist will be able to save them. Are you correct, Mitchell? That is correct. You know, and you would know as a Tigers fan. You would know. So good offload there from Mulatalo to Blake Brayley. Mulatalo's clearly been their best player so far besides that high tackle. Can't see the apple from the back. Well, not necessarily if they have Adam and Sapples anymore. They can shave them. Will Kennedy taking it down here at the 15 on fifth tackle. Good luck saving them, but you can't do it, Olivia. It's not possible. It's not possible. And a good take there by Nick Mannion. He'll be taken back in goal. Well done. Oh, no, he stays in the field of play by about half a metre. That's impressive. You know, as Jay and Skunkle are walking out, they're going to see Olivia, walking in, they're going to see Olivia coming out crying because she's going to be talking about 2015 and 2023. And then you're also going to see Mitchell coming in right on after you guys because obviously his team is the Tigers. And then you realise I've just got a permanent room in the corner for the Gold Coast Titans. A permanent room in the corner. Just go whenever I want, which is pretty much all the time. Fourth tackle here with the Storm. They flick it off to Jerome Hughes. Good offload there from Bubbenhausen. How ironic, the internet here in Thailand is so much better than back home, if you notice. Also, depending on where you are, you can watch the NRL at the pubs and bars. Pretty much everywhere puts on the NRL pubs and bars here. Good bounce there for the Storm, but Nico Hines will go. That's a high tackle. That's a high tackle. No, they haven't called it. That is still a high tackle, but they didn't call it. You can watch the NRL anyway here. Secondly, the internet in India is actually way better than Thailand and a billion times better than... Yeah, that's going to be absolutely... I'd argue that's a penalty because the Storm player's in the way, preventing the play to get to the play the ball. So Sharks here, third tackle at the 45. 19 minutes in. Bit of a slow first 19 minutes here, to be fair. But yeah, the internet is way better in Southeast Asia, or just Asia in general. So 6 again here for Cronulla. First tackle at the halfway point. They give it off to Braden Trindle. Trindle underneath to Oren Kafusi, who'll get this ball to the 42. Second tackle. JFR Money says, on a random note, good to see Moana Pacifica beat the Blues in Super Rugby. Yeah, Sam would love that. The old skunk would love that. Good offload there from Adam Fanua-Blake. Got to Blake Brayley. Blake Brayley gives it underneath here. Britton Nakora. Oh, he gets tripped up late. But he gets an offload away. Jeez, I tell you what, the Sharks are getting some great offloads at the moment. Britton Nakora and Harry Grant having a bit of a push and shove. But Nakora gets the ball, gets it away. So Blake Brayley off to McInnes. Skunkles has found the old meanings. Jay says, haven't heard from your stalker today. Does that make you nervous? No, it doesn't make me nervous because I'm a bopper, mate. I'm a big bopper. I can protect myself. I'm a grown independent woman, sir. So 20 minutes gone in the first half. 20 minutes to go of the first half. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Second tackle for the Melbourne Storm at the 15. I found out why the Storm is known as knees. Why are they known as knees, Klaus? Because I've never heard the Storm referred to as knees. And this is kind of what I do. Sunny and brave. Very sunny and brave, Nath. You know, it took me a while to get here, but I appreciate that you can appreciate the appreciation. Harry Grant, great run. Offloads it to Pappenhausen. He goes out of the left and they'll lose about 10 metres from it. There's no way that's a high tackle. Especially if they didn't call the last one a high tackle against the Storm. They can't call that one. So fifth tackle, 40-20 attempt here. He was by the edge, but it's not going to go anywhere near the corner. If he had actually got that to the corner, it would have been good. And the Sharks will flick this ball across to Mulatalo. Mulatalo's going to go himself here past the ball. Kyle Ero was right there. And now Samuel Stonestreet. Oh no, he's injured himself. He's twisted his ankle there. Oh, God bless him. You can see that he's grabbing it. He might be... Okay. For the Sharks, that's a high tackle. Yep, penalty to the Cronulla Shaggies. That is a penalty to the Cronulla Shaggies. Well, I'm pretty happy that I went against the favourites here. And I did tip the Sharks. I think they've been showing enough here. Ankles are overrated, Sam J says. Well, Samuel Stonestreet probably disagrees with you right about now. Probably disagrees. Oh, yeah, it's a twisted ankle. And that is going to be removed, Skunkle. Just remember, like we have a laugh here and we talk shit, but let's remember there's also... Let's not use that. So it's going to be first tackle here for the Sharks, and they're going to get this ball here to the 30. First tackle now at the 30. Which question do you get asked more? Can you show the game, or which team do you support? Nowadays, which team do I support? Back in the day, it was definitely show the game. All right, so Blake Brayley off to Nico Hines, then off to Braden Trindle. Trindle at the back here to Will Candy. Candy. No, it's okay. It's just that word. A lot of people can get offended and stuff by it. So it's just like we have a bit of swearing on here, but just nothing, too much. So forward tackle, and they're 7 metres out. But yeah, nowadays it's definitely which team do you support. Oh, 6 again, but the Sharks here, Adam Blake. Try time for the Sharkies. They will score out of the post. And it is 10-6 here with the kid to come, and they are about to convert it because it's right in front of the post. So it's going to be 12-6 to Cronulla coming up. Does he hold the ball, though? Does he hold the ball? I reckon the most asked question at the moment is, where are you? That's up there. That's definitely up there. We don't get to show the game too much anymore because I think most people know that we're just going to tell you to shush. Or Daz will drop a link to the McDonald's application system so you can get a job to pay for KO. So yeah, that is a try there for Adam Blake. He will score. 18 minutes to go the first half, and the Sharkies going to lead by 6. Sharks impressed me last week after... There's a time I knew it was coming. Sharks impressed me last week after being pretty lackluster the few weeks before. Sharks have won 4 out of 5. Sharks have won 4 out of the last 5 matches, man. So, yeah, they are definitely doing a lot better now. There's still a lot more to improve, but that's why I tipped the Sharks here, because I thought that, look, maybe a little bit biased in my preseason predictions, but I did have the Sharks in first. I did have the Storm in second. I think this is a close game. The Sharks are in a bit of form. The Storm are very inconsistent so far this season, despite the fact they're in the top 4, so I will take the Sharks on that matter. And even if they lose this, like, I've been proven right internally that the Sharks are competitive in this one, and hopefully they go on with it. He's commentating a game, not having a press conference. That's good from you, mate. That's a good one. So Nico Hines will keep the conversion, and it is 12-6 to Cronulla. 12-6 to Cronulla. Show the game back in the day when there was a thing on screen saying you can't show the game. Daz, that was unbelievable. So for people who are relatively new here, or just new in the last 2-3 years, back when I first started streaming games was in COVID, like 2020 and 2021. Mainly, yeah, 2020 was when we started. I would actually have a thing on the screen saying, cannot show the game due to broadcast restrictions. I would have it literally, I'm going to see where I can point. I would have it quite literally here. And it would be like a big square rectangle box that would tell you, I cannot show you the game. And people would still come in here and say, can you please show the game? And they would spam it over and over and over and over and over and over again. It would be endless. And it would be so many people, because that was when we were first starting out. So a lot of people, even if they're not subscribed, know the channel now. So they know that we're just going to send a McDonald's job application. But, yeah, back in the day, people just didn't care about actually looking at the screen. So third tackle now here for the Sharks, and they're at the 45. Also, I'm not sure how you got with spicy food, but I just came from India. But if you don't want spicy, say my pet when ordering, this will save you. Shouldn't have read that comment out because I don't know if that's actually what that means. But also, I love spicy food. Don't know what you're talking about. I literally just came from India. What do you think, brother? You think I don't like spicy food and I chose to go to India and then Thailand? And up it goes! That's going to be dropped at the back there by the Storm. It's going to be a dropout in the end. Dropout in the end. Monotalo's having a brilliant game here, man. 15 minutes to go the first half. Brilliant game. It's not like it wasn't visible either. It was very obvious. It was very obvious. Jared Fatmoni says, got a lot of people that don't know how to read. Yeah, it was endless back in the day, mate. My pet does mean not spicy. Just Googled, you're safe. I will trust you this one time, sir. Trust you one time. Either way, though, I don't want not spicy. I like spicy. Spicy is definitely... I want more spicy than whatever you're probably going to give me. When I go to Subway, I say jalapenos, and they put some jalapenos on, and I say, no, grab a handful and put it on each side. I love spicy. Jalapenos especially. India's Subway was actually fantastic. Second tackle at the 5. I'd actually say India's Subway is very much on par. On par with Australia's Subway. It was brilliant. Oh, knock on from the Shaky Sharks. Knock on from the Shaky Sharks. Billy Burns, and it'll be Storm ball at 10. I miss the old wicket need fella. Yeah, well, the Ashes are coming up soon, bro. Don't you worry. The Ashes are coming up soon. Yeah, the old wicket need when it's like, we don't need a wicket. There's still 2 days remaining. Then say pet and you'll get spicy. Yeah, to be fair, a lot of people in Thailand, a lot of people don't. Oh, it's a knock on there from the Storm. It's going to be Sharks ball hit the 25. A lot of people in Thailand don't actually understand English. There's not, like, they know the basics, but I guess in Bangkok it was a lot more people understood English. Here, it's like they understand the basics for sure and who are in, but nothing on like a consistent level, on a fluent level. Did he actually even lose that ball, Kamitha? I don't even know if he actually lost that ball. Tui Kamitha age. He'd be like 33, 34. 30 years old. He's younger than me. He's younger than me and you, Sam. Tui Kamitha, like Fijians do age quite strongly, especially with the heat and whatnot. Same with like Papua New Guinea and whatnot. And the islands, like a lot of the islands will age quite strongly. But he does look 40. And he is 30. Like, he does dead set look like he's in his 40s. But, with that being said, like, the islanders, especially in Fiji and whatnot, will age quite strongly. I can't stand the noise that comes from the female. Okay, I'm going to not read that coming out. Third tackle, Blake Brayley! 2 minutes out of the line, 4th tackle. Are you talking about, like, Oh, Talakai! Try dive at the Sharkies. That's actually, I tried to do the noise that you're talking about. So it's going to be a 4-point try here for the Sharks. Down the wing, that's a great flick pass there by great flick pass by Sisi for Talakai. That was a great offload. Fantastic flick out the back. Hey, I'm happy I tipped the Sharks. I'm happy I tipped the Sharkies. If they can keep on with this and win the game, you know, I'll be on a perfect round. Most people would have tipped the Storm. Still plenty of time to go in this game, though. Yeah, I've been living in southern Thailand for 7 years now. Not many English speakers here. Oh, you're in Thailand as well, Levi? Whereabouts? Are you down, like, near Koh Samui and Krabi and, like, Phuket area? Don't you dare tell me you've been living in Patong Beach for 7 years. If you tell me you've been living in Patong Beach for 7 years, yeah, I promise ya, you're getting a roasting. Have you been living in Patong for 7 years? Have you? Is this what's been happening, Levi? You been down there? Hey? Ibrahim says, speaking of Titans, we didn't actually mention the Titans, but sure. Titans beat the Roosters. Roosters beat the Broncos. Broncos beat the Bulldogs. So the Titans are the best team in the NRL. No, we already know that. But also, we didn't speak of the Titans. But listen, if you're going to say that, then you can say whatever you want. Miss Me says, my bad for trying to get the know the host. Sorry. Miss Me, firstly, my name's Blaze. Secondly, just, you know, be amongst the chat. You know, like, the point is that you don't need to have to ask a question every single time. So it's like, I appreciate you. Don't worry. We appreciate you for tuning in and all that. It's just that when it's a question over and over and over again, you know, sometimes you get over answering the individual questions. Sometimes, sure. Like, if you drop it occasionally, that's great. But if it's like question after question after question after question, it feels like, as Skungle said, I'm doing a press conference rather than just... This is, so he gets a kick, by the way, it's 8-6 to the Sharks. These are set up where it's like mates are talking with mates and friends are talking with friends and having a laugh and a beer, and I'm drinking water, but we're just having a laugh over the game. So that's why when you ask a million questions, people are like, hey man, he's already answered 3 of them. You know, and that was in the space of 5 minutes. Then it's just more about the conversation back and forth. And then Miss says, go to Sharks. Exactly right. There you go. So 8-6 to the Sharks, 11.5 minutes to go in the first half. But yeah, don't take offense to anything. This goes to everyone in this chat. Don't take offense to anything. Unless your name is Kelly from the last stream, who's a dickhead. Outside of that, don't take offense to anything that people say here, because for the most part, you'll know when it's different. For the most part, it is good banter and a good laugh and whatnot. So, Skungle says, I captain Papi. Why would you captain a player against one of the better defensive teams in the competition away from home? Like, what are you doing? Jay says, take offense to everything. I do. I cry at night coming away from these stream chats. Damn, last 10 minutes, completion rate for the Storm is 50%. So Cameron McInnes off to Nico Hines. Nikora taken down to the 55th tackle. Kay says, hey mate, you were right. Suncorp was pretty awesome. Yeah, well, I've been to every single stadium, so I'd have a pretty good idea of how the stadiums are going, but no, Suncorp's great. Game over, no coming back from the score. Well, Brocky, a bit of a score still to go. Someone asked before, by the way, I kind of skimmed past it, but someone asked before if Grant was playing. Harry Grant is playing, yes. Harry Grant is playing. Big Nass is on now, here we go. Well, it's a penalty to the Storm, and it was Big Nass who actually got tackled, so penalty to the old Melbourne Storm at the 35. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Hit that like button and subscribe. And you know what? If you don't come and subscribe to BKRtravel right now, the second channel for the travel content, then your team is going to lose every game for the rest of this season. And I don't care who you support. I don't care who you support. The only team that gets hidden from this is nobody. It's nobody. You know, and I think Brocky hasn't subscribed to BKRtravel yet. You know why? Because he's the reason the Titans lose by not subscribing to BKRtravel. You are the reason, Rocky. I think that's the reason. You are a Titans fan. And I think he's the reason, Skunkle. We're going to blame him. Levi's been living inside the McDonald's in Patong Beach the last 7 years. So where are you actually from? Because I know you're not staying in Patong Beach for the last 7 years. That place is... Oh, man. It's something. Alright, so 4 tackle here for the Storm. Like, we'd win the comp. The Titans would finally win a comp if Brocky Sports subscribed to BKRtravel. We would. It is also all the takes with HJ's fault. We haven't seen him around here for a while. Fit tackle now. Klaus will learn. Klaus will learn that Storm has 1S. Oh, 6 again on fit tackle is brutal. So Nelson to suffer sort of Mona. He'll get away from 1 tackle. Now his first tackle 10 metres out from the line. Sharks up 18-6. Will be a big try if they can bring it back. Oh, half a metre short for the Storm's second tackle. And, Wishart goes through it himself. He'll be taken down half a metre out, third tackle. Fistball mod if you ask me. I'll probably have to remove it. And I guess Katoa goes himself again, and it won't. He'll be held up, so we have to go back to the 10 on 4 tackle. Oh, no, it's going to be short again. This is like rugby union right now. They're just going from like the scrum and just trying to push over in the middle. Out to Jerome Hughes. They flick it over the top, and this is what they do in union. Out to the left-hand side, and that is a try, and that is a union try if I've ever seen one in my life. That is a pure rugby union try if I've ever seen one in my life, and the Storm have deliberately done it. They've gone through the centre. They've gone through the centre. They've gone from the dummy. They've gone from the dummy. They've withdrawn all the Sharks players internally inside, and then they've just flicked the ball out the back, out to the left-hand side and scored on the wing. That is a pure rugby union try, this. Pure rugby union try, because look at how many Sharks players had to stop Elias Katoa. So there's 5 Cronulla players right there. They're always going to have space out on the left-hand side. That was so... straight up, I don't know what Talakai is doing defensively there, because he should have been going out to the wing. But that was always going to happen there. That was a very well-designed play there from the Storm. Blaze poos his pants in the next India vlog. Best sub up. AJ, I can put a vlog out where I was really sick, and when you're in India and you get sick, it comes out of everywhere. Comes out of everywhere. I'm in Hat Yai, close to the Malaysian border, a couple hours from Krabi. So you're not far from me. Hat Yai, Thailand, because I'm in Hua Hin. You'd be more south to me, but Hat Yai. Oh no, yeah, you're well south of me, but still, like you're not too. Oh, you're still a decent bit away, actually. Oh, that's actually south. Sorry, I was thinking the Myanmar border. Sorry, I thought my bad. I thought Malaysia was to the left for a second. So yeah, you are still a bit decently away from me. Hayden says, yuck, rubber union. Why do you have a problem with rubber union? Post the gastro mukbang. Dude, I wanted to... That's a good kick there from the Mother and Puppy. So it's 18-12 here with 7 minutes to go the first half. The gastro mukbang is a crazy comment, mind you. But the first 2 days, or first 2 days of not being in the Novotel in Aerocity, I went out to Lake Halbert's Cast, and then I went into Delhi, Connaught Place, which is very centralised, very much crazy. And I wanted to feel safer about what I was eating, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to eat some Western food here, because I'm just not quite ready to go and eat wherever yet. So I went to McDonald's. The chicken was not cooked properly. I noticed it 3/4 of the way through eating. I was like, this tastes a bit weird. And I looked at the chicken, I was like, I'm getting sick from this. And then over the next 3 days were 3 days of my life. So it's going to be Storm with the ball. They get this ball to the 5. Toxic says, how is India? Well, BKRtravel is going to explain that. If you want to go and watch the most recent India video, it is on BKRtravel right now in the pinned comment. I don't want to see gastro vlog, mate. Well, Jay, I'm sorry, but Hayden said post the gastro mukbang, so it's coming. It gives you a good idea about how sick you get, though. I didn't film anything like sickening. Trust me, I was too sick to think about getting the camera out. And the Storm now on the left-hand side, taking out the halfway point, third tackle. This is going to be a close game, lads. It's going to be a good game. Even touching the money there will make you sick. I think it's overrated, man. I don't think you get as sick as... Like, I've been there for 2 months, right? Like, I don't think that people... I think people overrate how sick you'll get. If you have any sense of common sense, you're more than likely not going to... You can get not sick. You can not get sick for the entire duration of a 3-month trip if you eat like a normal person and don't go to just stupidity levels. I don't think it's as bad. Yeah, sure, you can get sick, but it's not like you're going to get sick every single time. The Storm with a great bat back here. Oh, it's a huge hit from Braden Trindle. Wowee. Why are you upset about the tackle there, Wishart? Like, it's just a normal tackle. Skunk says, Blaze is the reason Pakistan started fighting them. They were jealous he was promoting India instead of Pakistan. Hey, listen, potentially. Maybe that was the reason. I wonder if you promote like India on a YouTube vlog and you're walking around India, or if you promote Pakistan on a vlog and you're walking around Pakistan, I wonder if you would face problems at customs of the other country. Because I know, like with Israel, if you get your passport stamped, you can't get into like 100 countries. Tylen says, is Harry Grant off? Worried game fitness may be a problem for Origin. Yes, he is off right now. That's why Tyron Wishart has come on. From what I can see, unless I'm missing him on the field, it looks like that Harry Grant is off and Tyron Wishart has come on in replacement of him. Adam Fanor Blake, fit tackle at the 45. It's a great question, though, in regards to game fitness for Origin. There's a potential Reed Marnie could get a call up because Ben Hunt is... Oh, knock on by Pappenhausen. I think he actually... Yeah, they're going to call knock on. He knocks it on and it bounces backwards. So, yeah, 5 minutes to go here. Sharks with the ball 10 metres out. It's unfortunate. Yeah, in Egypt, you will, same as UAE. So... I know that Lebanon as well doesn't accept if you've got an Israel stamp, but they in Israel now they give you like a pass out kind of deal, like you've entered, but you have to stamp it. Obviously, down in Palestine and whatnot, you won't be able to get in. Actually, I don't know, to be fair, but I know that a lot of countries, I know America obviously allows you in. A lot of places in like Southeast Asia and Asia allow Israelis in. So, for example, there's a lot of Israelis in India. They allow Israelis in. It's a very big, popular destination. Sharks are going to score off the scrum, and that's what teams do. Straight off the scrum, the Sharks will score. Kyle Ero goes bing, bang, boom, beam, ba. Crap. Ah, you like that, Jay? Try. You like that, Jay? That we like to hear. Try time for the Shaggies. 22-12 with a kit to come. Fa'alongo too small to be a winger. Which is a weird thing to say because back in the day the wingers used to be small. Now they're more like tall and a bit more, got a bit more frame on them. But yes, I do think Fa'alongo is too small to be a winger. Levi says, the humidity in Thailand kills the flu so hard and quick. I think I've only got the cold like once here. Also, over-the-counter pills are a lot stronger here than back home. Yeah, sure, because I haven't gotten sick in Thailand. I've only been here a week, but like I haven't gotten sick here just yet. Yeah, the humidity is what helps it, because India, you get sick. It doesn't. The heat makes it worse. It is dry. Joe Footman says, yeah, he's off, but maybe they're playing it safe since he's coming back from a hammy injury. Well, that's kind of what old mate's talking about. Kyle Ero keeps 100% try rate this season. Kyle Ero hasn't scored a try in every single game, has he? Is that true, Lazar? Did we have this conversation last week too? No, but he was out for a couple of weeks. That's where my confusion came. I think we had this conversation last week, and I said no way. Yeah, round 1 Panthers, round 2 against the Cowboys, round 3 against the Rabbitohs, and cool, they've taken off the screen. But I believe you now. Ronaldo passed. Ronaldo did pass Mitchell. It was a monumental event. I can't believe he missed it. But that is going to be a conversion from Nico Hines. The Sharkies are on fire tonight. 24-12 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here of the first half. Jason, will be interesting to see how many new countries pop up in 2025. Well, so I asked this question in India. I asked this question to locals, and I said, considering India is very diverse, they only speak Hindi in the north. People don't know this. They only speak Hindi in the north. There's Urdu and Tamil and all Karnataka dialects and all that sort of stuff. Like, there's all different dialects. It's like 300 languages, right? I know a lot of you guys are probably shocked by that because you think that the entirety of India speaks Hindi. Completely incorrect. It's only kind of the north. But I did ask the question, like, do you think that India could ever separate? Because once Bangladesh once was India, Pakistan once was India, and fun fact, Afghanistan was also once India. It was all called Hindustan. So they've all separated, and I asked, like, is there a chance ever that you could see, considering the differences between the two, the north and the south, and the east and the west, and all that kind of stuff? I wouldn't say the west is too separated, but considering the difference between the north and the south, could there be a separation? And they said no. They don't believe that there would be. I would say that there's more likely a separation between the east coast and west coast of Australia before we see that, to be fair. Yeah, no, he actually changed his name, Tasmate. He actually officially changed his name to KL. So fit tackle here at the 50. Prey says, can we do that with New South Wales and Queensland? Prey, hey, listen, I'm praying for it. I'm praying for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It would also cause some massive surf breaks. That's going to be a penalty to the Storm for sure. Molotala shoves it far longer, 100%. But that would create... Let's just get New South Wales, ship them off like in between. You know what? We can make it in between New Zealand and Australia, or tell New Zealand, hey, listen, go further that way. You push out. We'll just take New South Wales, put them out there, and then we've got some mad surf breaks in the middle, right underneath Gold Coast, all the way inland. Oh my gosh. Now we're talking. That means I thought it was a piss take. No. We're definitely trying to figure out how to separate New South Wales and Queensland. We want to get New South Wales closer to Los Angeles than here. Yeah, Pray, it's not fair on New Zealand. Well, look, we can push them off as far as maybe Los Angeles and put them out there. It's not fair on Los Angeles, but also the Americans. You know, it is what it is. Knock on from the Storm at the halfway point, you know. Maybe we can chuck them down in Argentina, where where the Second World War ended up finishing, where a lot of people decide to ship off and hide in certain villages. New currency, new laws, new police would have to change so much to make it work in Oz. Will never happen. No, Jay, it's already happened, mate. You're closer to Beijing than you are to the Gold Coast in Perth. But that's not our priority. Our priority right now, as Prey is talking about, trying to get New South Wales. Spaghetti. All right, so 24 seconds to go here. Sharks with the ball at the halfway point. Perth is already part of China. Thank you, Slapper. Thank you, Slapper, for doubling down on what I just basically said. But you're right. You're right. I think you said that before I even mentioned it, but we just come in, you know, like two peas in a pod, son. Flying. You know, the insult of Perth, you're never going to say no to that. It's always up for grabs. Massively up for grabs. 8 seconds to go, the first half. The Sharks are going to go for a field goal here. Braden Trindle right in front, 25 metres out. Booshka! Booshka! Slap up. 25-12 to the Sharks. They hit the field goal right home half time. Right in half time. And that, my friends, is a beautiful slot there from Braden Trindle. If only they could do that against the Tigers when they had a million opportunities. A bajillion opportunities. Jay says it's Slapper. He comes in, looks at it, swears at it, and leaves. That is the Slapper thing to do. He comes in, he rocks the boat, and then he gets out of here. Highlands fans says, yo, how are you? Very hot and sweaty right now, waiting for a shower before I go and get a massage tonight, and then go and get, eat some dinner here. But hey, it's 25-12 here at halftime. 25-12 to the Shaggy Sharks at halftime. They have been the better team so far, and I'm happy to have tipped them. But let's get through some of these stats here before I quickly run up to the bathroom. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. Do not forget, we'll be live for all 3 games tomorrow. I get to watch my Titans, unfortunately, play again. Prove me wrong. Go unfortunately and play again. There's the Broncos Dragons, and there's also... Who's the other guy? Oh, Tigers Rabbitohs, which is a bit of a... you know... Isha says, like the score. NRL app says Stone Street and Ramian are off. What happened? Stone Street twisted his ankle pretty badly. He won't come back, I don't believe. And Jesse Ramian, I can't remember what happened with him, but it looked pretty rough. So they probably won't be back. There's a long way to go in this game. But Molotala's having a blinder. Molotala is having a blinder. Kylie is having a blinder. And that's because Swallow Falong is just not a winger. You can't be putting Falong on the wing. He's clearly not good enough in defence on the wing there to handle anybody. And yeah, Iro and Molotala are having blinders. So I didn't actually notice who they put into the centres. But they would have put Sirsi Fatalakai to the centre because he's played there before. And then maybe they put Daniel Atkinson on the wing for Samuel Stone Street. Is that what they've done? Because I think that Iro and Ramian are still playing in the centres. Could be wrong. Could be wrong, but that's what I think they probably would have done there. But all right, let's get into the stats. The Sharks here, 55% possession to Cronulla with 45% to Storm. 12 minutes 39 in possession for Cronulla with 10:57 for the Melbourne Storm. Completion rate 85%, 18 from 21 for the Sharks, which is good, very good. 12:15 for the Melbourne Storm, which is still pretty damn well good. Not amazing, but a basis. 80% is what you're looking for. All runs, 89 for the Sharks, 80 for Melbourne. 864 run meters for the Sharks, 653 there for Melbourne. So that is a 211 run meter gap in just 9 runs. The Sharks are dominating the middle of the field. They are dominating the middle of the field here. 89 runs for 864 meters, 80 runs to the Storm for 653. 9 run gap, 211 run meter gap. That tells you there is a significant gap in the forward battle here. Now, the post-contact meters is 288 post-contact for the Sharks, 211 for Melbourne. That's well in favour of the Cronulla Sharks as well, considering it's only a 9-point run gap. Line breaks is 4-3 Cronulla. Tackle breaks is 15-8 Sharks. They're all over them here. This is weird, though. This is extremely weird. Average set distance is the Sharks at 37.57, but the Storm are at 43.54. So I don't know how that works out, considering the Sharks have run for a 211 more run meters. They've had more possession, and also they're 9 runs shorter. But sure, you know, their average set distance is apparently 6 meters better. I don't know how that works. But, you know, it is what it is. Or maybe, I don't know. 6 complete sets less. I don't know how that works. Average play the ball speed, very quick from the Storm. 3.28 is actually impressive. 3.39 for the Sharks is not too crazy high. It's not too crazy fast, but like it's speedy still. You know, you're definitely enjoying it. The offloads are 9.6 in favour of the Storm. You go to kick defusal, 80% for the Storm, 75% for the Sharks, with 2 forced dropouts, Cronulla. Defensively, that is poor from Cronulla. Damn. Wow, statistically, your defense sucks at the moment. 84.89%. So your basis is 88%. Your basis for defensive effective tackle percentage is 88%. They're at 84.89%. That is woeful. I don't know. That's crazy, considering I didn't think their defense was that bad, except for that first try. That was brutal. And the second try was a well-delivered setup for the Melbourne Storm at the wing from just a really rugby union-esque kind of try. But 84.89% is honestly really low. 118 tackles made, 8 missed tackles, and 13 ineffective. So basically, because of their lack of possession, they've also shown a smallish amount of missed tackles, but because not like possession, the lack of tackles being made because the Storm have lacked in possession comparatively. You add in the 8 missed tackles, which doesn't look like a lot, but you compare that with the 118 tackles made plus the 13 ineffective. That's now 21, you know, bad tackles per se that you add into the 118 tackles made. So that's not a great stat. It's not a great stat for the Sharks. They've got to improve in that department. But then again, they're up 25-12. The Storm, on the other hand, they're on 87.36%, which is still below par, but it's still not as bad as Cronulla's one. Their tackles made is 159, missed tackles is 15, and ineffective is 8. So the way you compare this is that the Storm have missed more tackles at 15, which is bad for Melbourne, and that's why they're still below the 88% marker. But because the Storm have made 159 tackles, which is 31 odd more, the 7 odd more also reduces the impact on that effective tackle percentage because of the amount of tackles made. And the 8 ineffective also lowers it down because that's basically, you know, what? So Sharks had 21 bad tackles with 118 tackles made. The Storm had 23 bad tackles, but with an extra 31 tackles made for the Storm. So I just wanted to really go and dive deeper into that stat so that you guys understand what we're referring to when we're talking about the effective tackle percentage and why it is very important. Again, though, it is 25-12 to the Sharks. So take of what you will. Now, the errors is 4-4 apiece. Penalties is 3-2 apiece. So no one can complain about having a rough end of the stick. Ruck infringements, though, is 5-1 to the Storms. They're ill-disciplined in the ruck, and then 1-0 to the Sharks inside 10 metres. So overall, the Sharks are dominating in most stats. Defensive effective tackle percentage is not good. But overall, the Sharks have been a clear better team here today. And they've had the more possession, and they've done more with it. Casey says good on the Sharks, I guess. Okay. Miss Mess says Warriors can't put scores like this on. Still early in the season, and they had people out. Who'd they have out? Who'd the Warriors have out? because they had Roger come back in. They also had Chance there. They had James Fisher-Harris. They had Luke Metcalf. They had Channel Harris-Tavita. They had Adam Pompey. You know, they don't have Dylan Martinez-Lesniak, sure. They've got Ez Clark. They got Marana Niokore. They got Barnett. Like, who were they missing? But Warriors desperately need a kicker. You're right, Jay. They desperately need a kicker. Highlands fan says, I hope you saw the Drua score. I have not seen the Drua score, but I will have a look right now. It better be a win, otherwise I'm timing you out. If you're making me search the Drua score right now and it's a loss, I will 100% time you out for 10 minutes. Fiji and Drua. Damn, big win. You're lucky you don't get timed out for 10 minutes. 38-7 is actually really impressive. That's actually really impressive. Good stuff, and they go above the Highlanders. Hey, enjoy last. But then again, you get to play still. So a Highlanders fan is telling me about the Drua score. But it didn't benefit you, that's for sure. Hope we can clutch on to this game without them. You should be able to still win from 13 plus up at home. Ramian is HIA. Oh, Ramian's HIA. Did he come back? Like, is he okay? Because that was a while ago. We only had our centres out, Berry and Leotawa. Yeah, there's no one should be saying that the Warriors had players out. Like, no, I'm sorry, Berry and Leotawa shouldn't be classed as having players out. Like, sure, on a technical basis, but then every single team could say the same thing. Like, because I guarantee there's 1 or 2 players minimum for every single team. They do have Dylan Martinez-Lesniak as well. Like, sure. Hayden says, we have left close to 50 points out there from kicking, I swear. Correct. The Warriors have missed a lot of conversions. Super Rugby's just shit. Hasn't been good since 2014. That's just because the Fiji and Drua whooped the Waratahs, didn't we? Did we whoop the Waratahs? Did we? Did we? I think we might have when we played them. Let's go have a look here. Let's just confirm here, Mr. Jazz. Let's just confirm. We want to confirm this. We want to confirm this, son. Oh, very nice. Hey, Jay? 39-36. You like that? You like that, Daz? It's a great score. Tossa the Drua. Ramian HIA was clear, but eye problem ruled him out. This is what I was thinking. I didn't think it was just a HIA, but someone said it was just a HIA. Nice one. Isha says, Sharks recently seem to be the team that plays the ability of their opponents. We struggle sometimes against poor teams which show up to games like this. Disagree. You've won 4 out of your last 5 games. The Tigers are a very up and down team. It was at Leichhardt. It was a big game for them. They won that game very closely. It was a penalty in extra time. But you've won 4 out of your last 5 games, and if you win this, you'll be 5 out of your last 6 games, and also it's against the Melbourne Storm, who are expected to do better, but they're very inconsistent this year too. Long way to go in this game, but I wouldn't say that the Sharks are playing to their opposition right now when they've won, if they win this, 5 out of their last 6 games. Jay says, Sharks by 40, I'm still on here. Yeah, you need help though. You are still on. But I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom here, guys. I'm going to quickly run off to the bathroom. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, keep talking in the chat. Don't let Jay think he's still on here, but he could be still on here. He could be. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Booshka! Actually, how... Can you... Yeah, you can only just see up there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's very difficult to play tic-tac-toe, but I'm putting across right here. Bang. I win already. I won. Alright, let's do that. Gee whiz, I'm now so used to wearing these, and I actually prefer wearing these now. I bought like 3 more today. They're only 100 baht, which is like 100 baht is like 10%, and then half of that basically. So would be about $5. I think it was like $4.70 Australian per one. So it ended up being just about $14 in total for 3 of them, 3 different ones. So used to wearing them now. Origami class. I did one of those once, but fold under pressure. He has a Zumba class in an hour. That's correct. For anyone, oh no, I'm gonna watch what you've just sent here, Jay. I'm gonna watch what you've just sent. I'm gonna see what the stupidity of this video is. Still waiting for the second half to start here, by the way. All right, here we go. Jeez, you know what? I don't know if anyone here grew up in like Brisbane and was playing rugby. Well, I was playing more rugby union, to be fair. They've all come out in the field, by the way, so we're about to start. If you played like against Sunnybank in rugby union growing up, or even rugby league, actually, I think I might have been playing for Rana Hills Rugby League Club at the time, out in like Western Brisbane, like Ferny Hills area. But Rana Hills Rugby League Club, we used to play Sunnybank, or it could have been. I could have been playing for. Brothers Rugby Union 2. Whoever we had to play Sunnybank, they were boppers like that. And we were like 13, 14 years old, and you'd be looking at a bloke who was 13, 14 years old, but they would be the size of a 25-year-old. You know, so that doesn't surprise me in regards to that tackle. So it's going to be a kickoff here from the Sharks. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. And do not forget to go check out BKRtravel after this video finishes. How old is that vid? Like a year or 2? I don't know why people still have really bad quality, like that bad quality on their videos. I don't understand it. They cooked him eggs. Hey, listen, I have eggs every day here, and the eggs are actually super good. 25 minutes until my dinner, but I'm not even going to be able to have it until about 6:30. Gee whiz. And I've got to wait till tomorrow to have my cheat day. But I do like a cheeky little Coke Zero, because you can have Coke Zero as like a cheat drink, like when to reward yourself for the night, because obviously no sugar and whatnot. It's still shit house, but also you can do it. It just depends on how strict you want to be. That's going to be first early for the Cronulla Sharks at the 13. Oh no, Sione or Sambo. There's only one S in Storm, my friend. There's only one S in Storm. There's no Melbourne Storms. Melbourne Storm. Full stop. Brab. We're on the channel. You should know this by now. I've seen you here. I've seen you here, Sione. You should know this by now. Only one S in Storm. Third tackle now for the Sharkies at the 20. Knew you were lurking. Oh, is this like a regular Storm with 2 S's in it, Jay? Is this a regular with that? Gary says, I have to leave now, guys. Enjoy the rest of your days here tomorrow. Love from London. Appreciate you, Gary. We'll see you tomorrow as the Titans beat the Raiders. Broncos play Dragons, and also Tigers play the Rabbitohs. But Pappenhausen nearly drops it, but he does catch it. Now, Fa'alonga, he'll get taken down here at the 30. But also say love from a cloudy London, because the Lions yesterday, like Seb Watson and stuff, really disgusting work from them. Really disgusting work. The fact that they pretended, and even you tried to buy into it today until you realised not to play, but the fact they pretended that there is genuinely sun in London, that's disgraceful work. It really is. So 4 tackle now here for the Storm, and they're at the 42. How was commentating, by the way, because I have it muted and listening to this stream? I tune in and out of the commentators, bro. Like, honestly, probably ask somebody else, because I barely listen. I only listen when they're talking about like a controversial moment or a penalty or a knock on or something like that. You don't really get to listen to it for the most part. They've thrown the ball at the back here for the Storm. It's going to work out. It's been an awful play, but it didn't work out in the end, and Will Candy will get the ball here at the 20. Titans have a pretty rough next couple of games. Casey, they're going to win every single one of them, mate. Undefeated for the rest of the season. They just lured everyone in with false sense of security. Are they going to call a knock-on here? Oh, damn. The Sharks were complaining about, like, you challenge this if you're the Sharks. They're all pretty convinced that there is a penalty to come from this. So what's happened here? So they're all complaining. Well, Kennedy has reached out for that one there, to be fair. So that is just a knock-on from the Sharks. Can't wait to play you guys in a couple of weeks. Love the banter. Oh, Olivia. The banter with you is fine. And the banter with some Broncos fans are fine. But that is not a fun stream for me. That is not a fun stream. Did you just ask if Olivia is a Broncos fan? Mate, she's the biggest Titans fan you've ever seen. But no, like it'll be an awful one for Broncos fans if we do end up winning that for the 4th straight time in a row, by the way. Second tackle now, 3 minutes away from the line. Casey, you've been here well and truly enough to know that Olivia is a Broncos fan. And that's going to be Nelson to Solomona, 7 metres out from the line. Third tackle, 36 minutes to go here of the game. Rolls it back here to Wishart. Wishart off to Bronson Garlic. Garlic off to Jerome Hughes. Hughes up to Munster. Munster at the back now to Grant Anderson. Grant Anderson gives it off, and that's going to be a try for Xavier Coates. It is 25-16 here with a kick to come. 25-16. Is that right, Olivia? You're a Bears fan. You're lucky you don't get timed out for a minute. You're very lucky. But 25-16 with the kick to come. The Storm will score through Xavier Coates on the left wing, and they are back in action. Yeah, we're all just closet Titans fans, but won't admit it just yet. I've been saying this for years, mate. You know, Dazmate's the biggest culprit of that. I've never seen a bigger culprit than Dazmate than that. Benjamin says Storm win this. Maybe, man. It's going to be a good finish, but I still think the Sharks win this game. But either way, I've been pretty much validated in regards to my opinion that the upset was on. If Kevy goes, I won't be. I can't believe that they're considering Kevin Waltz, to be fair. But obviously, it wasn't just a Kevin Waltz' situation. It's a great finish. Obviously, it wasn't Kevin Walters' issue at the Broncos. They've got a lot of issues at the Bronx organisationally, but that's been the case for a long time now. Even when they were making grand finals, they've still had problems in the organisation. Oh, my triceps hurt right now. 16th career double for Coates. How old is Xavier? Do you reckon he'll go? Surely he'll go to the Papua New Guinean team. Xavier Coates' age. Far out, dude. I thought he was a little bit older. 24 years is so young. Damn, Xavier Coates has got a good 10 years left in him. He's absolutely going Papua New Guinea in 3 years. I wonder if Xavier does actually go Papua New Guinea, because going from Melbourne back to Port Moresby will be a very different experience. Dean Pay clears Walters. Yeah, Dean Pay. Going to be Trent Barrett. You know, Trent Barrett should be putting his hand up for it. One of the greatest coaches of our generation. All right, so little mum, little puppy, Ryan Pappenhausen here from the wing. Dazmate loves Dean Pay. Big fan. Massive fan. But little mum, little puppy will hit the post and miss. So it will stay as a 9-point lead here for Cronulla. Now we have Trent Barrett. You want Trent Barrett to stay there, Olivia? So Munster comes in over the top there. Garth Brennan is one of the best coaches of all time, Brocky. I think the Bears, we should give him Garth Brennan. I think to make it fair, considering they're a brand new team, I think we give him Garth Brennan, assistant coach Trent Barrett. Now, that's what we're talking about. That's what will get the club going. Garth Brennan coach, assistant coach Trent Barrett, and then maybe give Anthony Seibold another go. Sack him from Manly, because clearly he's an absolute cat when it comes to the coach of Manly, and also Broncos, and also everybody else. So maybe I think give him a go at Perth as like another assistant coach, have multiple assistants. So second tackle here for the Storm of the 25. Nelson to Solomona taken to the 28 or so. We throw in Anthony Griffin as well. Griffin's a shout. Make him water boy. Get him as the water boy, like a bit of Alfie Langer. Jeff Tuvey. Nah, there'll be too many investigations, mate. We can't be doing that. Way too many investigations. We need to be a legitimate franchise here, buddy. Melbourne Inger's interested? No, he's not. So he's not going to live that far away from Canberra. And Candy doesn't even... Oh, that's your Dalian fullback, is it? That's your Dalian fullback. That's your Dalian fullback right there, is it? That was pathetic from Will Kennedy. That was pathetic. Storm will score a try to the post here. It's going to be 25-20 with a kick to come. That was pathetic from Will Kennedy. There is absolutely no excuse for what I've just witnessed from that. I don't care in regards to what we've just witnessed. That was pathetic. You're telling me That's your Dally M fullback, your Dally M player of the year right now? Come on, man. You're a fullback. You're in the vicinity. You're right there. Why are you letting that ball bounce? You have time to get there. Then you just let the ball just bounce straight to the Storm and they score a shot at the post. That is in no world acceptable from Will Kennedy. That is in no world. And I think that overall, he knocked the ball on too, to be fair. But that is in no world acceptable there from Will Kennedy. As a fullback, there is no excuses for what we've just witnessed. No excuses. Yeah, why letting it bounce twice? But why is he letting that bounce at all, to be fair? He was there. Like, he had to play at the ball. No, they can't be taking this trial for Jerome Hughes pushing or whatever it was. No, they're not. There's no way. Yeah, it's try confirmed. I was going to say, there's no way you could say that was a penalty. Alright, so everyone thought that Kennedy was going to catch the footy there, Brandy. No, not Voss, Michael Ennis. Surely. Well, it's a very quick couple of scores here from Melbourne, and Sharks have just thrown this game out of whack, and Will Kennedy is at fault for both tries. Quite literally both tries. He's the one who dropped the ball that gave the Storm the ball, and he's also the one who let the ball bounce just then, which allowed the Storm to score again. He is quite literally, your Dally M player of the year right now, is quite literally the reason why it's a 3-point game. Alright, so 32 minutes to go in the game. Seth Rice says, why do teams play good first half and a different team after half time? Yeah, it's very easy. Professional rugby league and professional sport is very easy to get a consistent 80 minutes across, especially when you're playing one of the best teams of the modern generation, if not the best team of the modern generation, across like a decade, couple decades long standing compared to the Panthers, who were short. Casey says, who coaches the Storm after Craig gone? Will he coach forever like Wayne Bennett? Probably Billy Slater. So Jerome Hughes will give this ball off to... No, you can tell Craig Bellamy's got a couple of years left in him, if that. He was already threatening to leave last year and this year, but he just extends like by 1 year and shit like that. Or a couple of years. Second tackle of the Storm at the 20. Well, it's a close game, though. And there's still a whole half an hour to go. Still 31 minutes left. Now, Nelson Asafa-Solomona, he'll be taken down at the 20 on second tackle. Now third. Good running by Wishart. And now they'll be taken down at the 35. Fourth tackle. Good game to finish off the day, though, at least. Jerome Hughes, he's away. Oh, taken down last second at the 50. Otherwise, that was a guaranteed try. They would have had 2-on-1 situation. Candy's obviously not stopping it today. He's had an absolute shocker at the back. Here we go. Can he catch this one? Wow. Oh, my gosh, Will Candy. Oh, dude, this is your Dally M player of the year, is it? This is your Dally M player of the year. This is him. This is your Dally M player of the year, is it? This is him. This is him. This is the guy. Oh my gosh, he's just knocked the ball on. If there is anybody who wants the Melbourne Storm to win this game, it is... I'm sorry, but this is very similar with the Dogs and the Roosters. The Roosters gave every opportunity to the Dogs to win that game. The Dogs didn't have to do jack. They just had to play normally and they actually won the game. The same thing here with the Sharks and the Storm. Will Candy is begging. He is pleading. He is wishing... his very last wish that the Storm win this game, because if they score here, the last 3 direct tries have immediately come off the back of his play. So 30 minutes to go to the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. He almost tops Old Mate from the other night, dropping 4. Nwanga Tawase, yeah. But at least Nwanga Tawase scored that incredible try. Second tackle here for the Storm, 3 metres away here from the line. 3 metres away here from the line. They give it at the back now to Nelson Asafa-Solomona, and it's going to be third tackle, 2 metres away from the line. Hey, let's grab it alone, Jay. No. He needs to be better with the ball. Nwanga Tawase. Sean Blaw, good tackle there by Blake Brayley. Really rocks him back to about 7 metres out. Out to Loiero, Jerome Hughes. He'll get the ball over the top, but nearly a knock on. But Bushka! Nick Meaney will be crunched down about 13 metres away from the line. Good tackle by Billy Burns. Fifth tackle now, 10 metres away. Out to Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes kicks his ball out to the corner where it's going to be Xavier Coates knocked back here. This could be a try. They're going to check this. It might be a knock on, but this could be a try to the Storm. Will Candy, you should be getting on your knees right now and praying to the rugby league gods this isn't a try. Jared Fartmoney says the theme for this round is basically whoever knocks the ball on less will win. That's usually how every single game goes, Jared Fartmoney, to be fair. Every single game across every round ever. So Xavier Coates comes up. We all know that he's going to be... Oh, that might... It's going to be fingertips. It's going to be a knock-on here from Xavier Coates. Because Coates touches it there, and it's touching a shark there. Yep, and then it's going to touch the shark's hand. So they're going to say this is a knock-on. Well, if you're saying Coates gets the first touch, or maybe not. Yeah. Yep, so it's a knock-on here against the Storm. They're saying that in the air, it's touched to... And based off of the first couple of angles, it was pretty clear. The second angle didn't really show it. But it will be a no-try here, and it will be Sharks ball at the 20. If Marky Mark didn't have feet for hands, he'd be a smoky for Origin. I agree, but he's nowhere close to the moment base. Like, if that try last night was insane, but you need more than just a try. You need more than just a try this season to be looking that way, and the Sharks will get a penalty. The Sharks will get a penalty at the 40. Yeah, that's true, but it's like there's more knock-ons than usual. Sure, but, you know, the point still remains in regards to your original comment that whoever knocks the ball on less will win in every game. Laurie Daly's getting ready to throw the Blues jersey at him. Well, it won't be Terrell May after his comments, that's for sure. Will Kennedy thank his lucky stars that no try. So Sharks now 40 metres away here from the line. 28.5 minutes to go of the game. They give it off here to Braden Hamlin-Uwelli, who's 30 metres out, second tackle. They score here. They get themselves past the 30-point marker. You wouldn't expect these two teams to be playing in a super high-scoring matchup like this, but we're here already. 25-22 is already a super high-scoring game for both these teams who usually have pretty good defenses. Out of the left, Blake Brayley off to Braden Trindle. Trindle off to Billy Burns. And Burns will be taking it out to the 15. Four tackle now. That field goal could actually be super crucial, by the way, to prevent the 2-point field goal or also the 2-point penalty. Will Kennedy, he'll go to the right side. That was actually a good play by Will Kennedy. You know what? That's going to be a try to the Sharks, Daniel Atkinson. That was actually a spectacular play by Will Kennedy, and it doesn't make up for how poor he's played in this beginning part of the second half, but it does give him a really good look in. That's a really good play from Will Kennedy. He holds it up beautifully just in the line before he passes it out. And this is why I say Will Kennedy is a super underrated fullback, but he has been dreadful today. He needed this assist here. It's not even an assist, but the pass, the hold-up play before he gets the ball to Talakai, before Talakai then passes the ball to Daniel Atkinson is absolutely superb. And the Sharks will score to make it 29-22 with the hit to come. Sonny says, is there any chance Katoa can score, you reckon? I'll be honest with you, man. Sure, yes, he can score, but I don't understand this question that people ask me in chats. They ask me this all the time, like, is this guy going to score or that guy's going to score? I don't understand what people kind of want me to... Like, do you want me to just say yes? Because... And this isn't me insulting. This is just me questioning the question. How am I meant to know if Katoa is going to score? You know, I know just as much about as you do as Katoa is going to score. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't... This isn't even directed at you. This is just more like a general response to a lot of questions that I get in these chats. Why do I get asked this? Because, like, Katoa's on the field. I know just as much about as you do about if he's going to score or not. So the answer to your question is sure, yes, he's on the field, and as long as he's on the field, then yes. But there's still 26.5 minutes to go. If there was 5 minutes to go, I'd tell you probably not. But there's 26.5 minutes to go, so anything can still happen, and the Storm are scoring tries at free will, and so are the Sharks at the moment. So it's probably going to be 31-22 any moment now with 26.5 minutes left. But the reason why I ask that question is because I don't understand what people actually want me to say. So Nico Hines, but if you want me to say yes, then sure. So they will get the conversion. So it's 31-22 with 26 minutes to go here. Maybe you're the Oracle, Blaze, and can predict it. Hey, listen, maybe. I'm going to say probably, if I'm going to base it off of what I've seen so far, why is there a Broncos fan in the crowd for starters? But if I'm going to base it off anything, I might lean towards Elias Katoa. Probably not. It hasn't really been his kind of game. But anything can happen in 26.5 minutes, especially with a high-scoring game like this. Dennis Goodwin says, happy to score twice. Puppy. Puppy hasn't scored twice. Has Puppy scored? Puppy scored once, didn't he? No, Puppy hasn't even scored in this game. Puppy hasn't even scored. All right, so the Sharks here with the ball to 15. I feel bad because that bro probably... Sonny probably thinks that I'm roasting him. I'm not having a crack at him at all. It's just like a general question that I've always thought about, like why people ask me. All right, so it's going to be Cole Hoon who gets his ball out to the 35. 10% of that multi, by the way. Absolutely. Puppy won't get 2 from here in. No way. Be lucky to get 1. Oh, you're saying he will score twice. I think you've had a bet on him. I think you've had a bet on him, sir, because if you're watching this game, I don't know how likely that is, but maybe. 1's a shout, 2, not so much. Molitalo, he gets the offload away. Well, no, it's not. Billy Burns, what are you doing, bro? Oh, stop it. Stop it, Adam G. Adam G, stop it, mate. Referees always bring this back. They always bring this back, and Billy Burns also sacrificed himself. Ronaldo Molitalo arguably wasn't tackled yet, because if you go and have a look at yesterday's game between the Bulldogs and the Roosters, there was a try scored on a very similar stance to that. So why is he not allowed to pass that ball? But also, if he's not allowed to pass that ball and it's been tackled, usually we'll see that once the referee's called held, they'll just bring it back. So why have the Sharks been dadded on that one? If you're going to be consistent with it, then be consistent with it, because that is a dog shit call there from the referee based off of the consistency of the competition over the last couple of years. So Storm here with the ball at the 48. It's first tackle now. Jerome Hughes gives us off to Joe Chan, who's at the 40. Dream big. Yeah, you got to dream big if you think Puppy's scoring twice from here. But Puppy is a very quick scorer. So when he does score 1, it is likely to get 2, 3. Like, that's kind of how Puppy plays. They give it out to Swillow with far longer. He's not had a great game defensively at all. Third tackle now at the 30. 25 minutes to go here of the game. Still plenty of time here for the Storm. It's only 9 points. Out to Munster. This is a very slow attack. They give it off to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen off here to Grant Anderson. Anderson taken down now 15 metres away from the line. 4 tackle. 4 tackled here for the Storm. Harry Grant off to Munster. Munster at the back. Loyero, Joe Chen, 8 metres away, 5th tackle. Good run. Don't give away 6 again there, Sharks. And they're going to call a penalty here. Oh, Adam G, get the Storm back into the game. Yeah, Adam G, get the Storm back into the game, my guy. Get him back in. Get him back in. You've called something that is super inconsistent back up the other end of the field to get the Storm into range, and now you're giving them a penalty on 5th tackle, 9 metres out. All good, Adam G. Don't worry, saw it against the Titans Raiders a couple of weeks ago too with you. So first tackle now, that grand final is long gone with Adam G. First tackle, Storm get out to Jerome Hughes. They're 13 metres away, and they're going to, that's, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, Adam G. Ball don't lie. Ring it all you like. Rig it all you like. Push the agenda all you like, but ball don't lie. That is a knock on there from the Storm, and the Sharks will get the ball. Penalise him. Penalise him, Adam G. Penalise him. Won't do it, won't he? Won't do it for the holding down play there from Jerome Hughes. You see right through him, man. You see right through him. Second tackle. How is these not being penalised, these tackles right now? How are these tackles not being penalised? Always the class pet down there in Melbourne. Second tackle here at the 20. Completion rate second half has been 89% for the Storm, though, which is really good. 43% for Cronulla is not great. And great run here by Molitalo. He's had a fantastic game. Here we take it down to the 35. It's third tackle now for Cronulla at the 40. They give it off here to Kyle Ero, who will be taking it out to the 45. I wonder if he wants us to pronounce his name KL Ero or say him as Kyle. It'll be interesting to know. Nico Hines underneath there. Good pass to Britton Nakora, but they do lock him down. 5th tackling out to 45 on the Storm side of the field. Really good set to come away from trouble. And that's got a lot of wobble on it. Good take, Pappenhausen. Very strong take. And now to get off to fight longer. He can break it away here. He can break it away. Taking it out to 33. Good run. All right, guys, comment in the chat right now. Do you think the Storm have the ability to come back and win this game from here, or do you think the Sharks win? Comment in the chat. His name's KL. No, I know his name's KL, but I'd love to know if he wants us to pronounce it still Kyle, like KL, or like KL, or KL, which is what his previous name was. So third tackle here for the Storm. They've had a great set here. It's Harry Grant. He'll go inside himself and then off to Trent Loyero. He'll be 4th tackle. No, he gets the offload away to Munster. Munster off to Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes at the 20, and it'll be 4th tackle, and he'll be taken back to the 25, to the 30. Billy Burns, great defense. Great defense. All right, Storm now. Munster. I'm surprised the poll in the chat is still 65% Melbourne Storm, considering it's been a Sharks leave, and most of it. Oh, that's going to go for a 7-tackle set. Jeez, good work from Molitalo there to hold him out. I've got to say, man of the match has to go to Molitalo. He's been incredible today. Storm by 8 points, I'm guessing. Nah, you wish her. You wish her Storm by 8 points. You wish her. They're down by 9. They would have to score... They would have to score 17 unanswered points in the last 21 minutes. Where are you seeing that? Where are you seeing that, Dennis? You've got Puppy for 2 tries and you're just begging and pleading that that's the case of how they get 3 tries. You wish that, man. If the Storm win this game, it'll be like a 34-31 or a 32-31. I don't think the Sharks can score again if the Storm want to win this game. So 20 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. And don't forget to go check out BKRtravel after this finishes. See CFR Talakai taking down at the 48 on the Storm side of the field. They give it off to Nico Hines, and he'll just run the ball and take it down at the 40. Jared Farmoni says he wants it to be announced KL now. I think Vossi said on commentary. So pronounce it KL, okay. The real team Storm is about to be 6 points behind the fraud team Dogs on the ladder. Man, you're talking a lot for this early in the season, bruh. And that's going to be a good take by Farlongo, man. I don't even think Billy Burns is going up for that ball there. I think it was Billy Burns. I don't even think the Sharks player was going up for that ball. You could have easily argued that he wasn't even trying. But he did fake it quite well, in my opinion. But I don't think he actually wanted any part of the ball. I just think he wanted to distract Farlongo. It just didn't work. So third tackle now for the Storm. They're 20 metres out of their own line. They have to... I don't know. The Sharks are a very good defensive team coming into this game. The Sharks had only conceded 180 points so far this season, which is only behind the Storm and also the Dogs. You know, this is the second best and third best defense in the competition right now, playing each other. This is second versus third best. Storm with the second best defense and the Sharks with the third best, and that's why this is such a surprise in regards to this scoreline of 31-22. But either way, like, the Sharks are now going to be 6 points within. The Warriors only being 2 points out. It's such a crazy top of the table at the moment. But the Sharks, with 4 out of their last 5, they win this. 5 out of the last 6 are on a roll, man, and putting themselves up into the equation. And that's why power rankings are important, because, like, you know, they may be in, what, 5th right now, but if they win, they will go up into 4th, obviously provided the Raiders don't win tomorrow against the Titans. That's going to go straight to Will Kennedy at the 20, and he catches it and everyone celebrates. That's how bad of a game he's had so far. Arguably high tackle there. The Sharks are starting to make moves, man. Power rankings are important because it tells you going into finals how teams are shaping up, because it's all well and good that teams like the Dogs and the Warriors and whatnot have started off the season well. They've got to be consistent throughout the season for the back end, especially throughout this middle part of the Origin year. So power rankings are incredibly important. As the longer the season goes, you kind of forget to give a shit about the beginning part. So out of the left-hand side now, they'll give it off here to Kaeliro, and they'll be at the 50 on 4th tackle. I swear if they call that a penalty, I honestly thought they were going to give it. So out to the right-hand side now, and it's going to be Sharks. Adam Fanua-Blake with a great barnstorming run now to the 35. I genuinely think that 1 point from Trindle half-time is actually going to be so crucial in this game. Oh, Sharks catch it! Sharks catch it! Molitalo flicks it off, and... oh, half a metre short. Damn, that's good scrub scrub defense. That's good... shit, what's the word for it? Scatter defense. It's good cover defense, scatter defense, whatever. The ball got caught. It was caught by Molitalo. He breaks off from Sualabi Farlongo, who's having a rough game. Molitalo gets the offload away to Billy Burns, but the catch, so the tackle by Munster is a try-saving and honestly game-saving tackle. But there's a knock-on from the Storm in their own 10 on first tackle, and the Sharks smell the blood in the water here, man. The Sharks smell the blood in the water. KCT says, yes, Sharks putting Storm into a grind. Don't think they can come back from the sounds of it. I'm not watching the game. If the Sharks score a try on this set, I think it's game over. If the Sharks score right now, I think it's game over. Definitely a knock-on there from Nick Meaney. The ex-Bulldog, eh, Daz? 17.5 minutes left here of the game. Sharks score here. Like, are they within range of a 50 bomb? Sure, I don't think it happens, but... they are within range of a 50 bomb on the Storm. So Nico Hines, oh, that's on you, Nico. That's on you. Don't talk about a 50 bomb ever again. Nico Hines has just, oh man, that's poor. On first tackle, Nico Hines forces a pass that was so unnecessary in the line to a play that was never expecting it. That's on Nico. It was such a bad pass, and it's a knock on there from Cronulla. So the Storm are still in the game now. Oh man. That's a really poor play. Second half completions is 10 from 12 for the Storm, 6 from 11 for the Sharks. 55% completion rate second half is not great from Cronulla. That's arguably a 4 pass there from the Storm. Third tackle now at the 38. But yeah, Sharks putting Storm into the grind. Storm are a very interesting team this year, but that's a knock on there from Melbourne, and Cronulla will get the ball here, surely back at the 50, and that's what will happen. Knock on from Sean Law will give Cronulla a great opportunity. How is that poll in the chat still 64% to Melbourne? That is wild that the poll is still 64% to Melbourne. With 16 minutes left, it is 31-22 Cronulla. How is it 64% Melbourne? I don't get it. I don't understand. Alright, so Sharks ball here at the 45 on the Storm side of the field. Alright, Cronulla now through CSF Italikai. He'll get this ball 38 metres away from the line. 16 minutes left of the game. Another opportunity. That should be 6 again. It should be 6 again. Doesn't really matter though. It's first tackle anyway. Adam Fanor-Blake now. He'll be 30 metres away from the line. Okay, the puppy gets the winning try for Melbourne. But they're down by 9 points with 15 minutes to go, and the Sharks have the ball at 25. I think their focus right now is to not concede. That's a trip. That's a penalty. Take the 2. Take the 2. Oh, would ya? No. Yeah, it'd be 13 points. It'd take you past the 12-pointer. Yeah? No, it'd take you to 11 points. Shit, maybe don't take the 2. Sorry, for some reason I thought they were up by 11. They're only up by 9. No point taking the 2. No point. Oh, they're going to take the 2. Okay. This may go down in history as the greatest day in sports history. The Celtics and the Storm and the lose on the same day. Dude, New York is going to be destroyed if that team wins the NBA. If New York wins the NBA, God help the city of New York. I did think about that, Jay, in my head. Take the 2 and then take a field goal. It is an option. It is an option to make it a 12-point game. I wouldn't risk the 7-tackle set, though. There'd be no point to risking the 7-tackle set. So 14 and a half minutes left here. The Sharks are just going to soak in this time as much as they possibly can. We were right in the head. Why do you say that, Blitzy? What's actually wrong with it? I don't necessarily agree that I would have done it, but also it's scoreboard pressure, right? So that means that if the Storm go and score a converted try, and they bring it back within 5, they then get a try, they bring it back within 1, but they have to get the conversion. So it's either make the conversion or miss the conversion for the win or the loss, if that was to happen, right? And it's scoreboard pressure, so if they score on the wing, there's no guarantee they're going to score from the wing and convert it. Just makes a lot more pressure on it if they make it 11 rather than 9. So I understand it. Do I agree that I would have done it? Maybe not, but I can understand the thought process. And you're also up by... He's missed the kick anyway. He's missed the kick anyway. So it's going to be a dropout here from the 20 for the Storm. Hey, at least it's slowed down play and the Sharks get the ball back. But even after all of that, the Sharks missed the kick. I hate when we do this shit. Blitzy, you got to learn what's happening, man. You got to learn what's happening. It's not that bad of a call. Like, you can't be criticising too heavily about what you just witnessed. You can criticise that they missed the kick because it's ultimately going to be a Storm ball here at the 25. But you've got to understand that the decision wasn't a bad decision at the time. So Stefano Utukamanu here at the 50. It's first tackle, 0 tackle, after the Cronulla knock-on. Benjamin says, hope it comes back to hurt them. But why? Guys, do we understand rugby league at this point? Like, there is a lot of benefit to taking the 2 there. It's just that they missed the kick. Hope it comes back to hurt them. What is the ultimate negative about them getting the 2 in that situation? I'd love for someone to explain to me, why is it a complete negative and there's no positive to it by taking the 2, putting it to an 11-point game, meaning that they have to score 2 converted tries to win. A converted try and a non-converted try will still be losing for them. So the pressure is on the kicker. The pressure is on the conversions and whatnot. Obviously, he's missed the kick. So that wipes out everything. But I'm saying, if he gets the kick, why was that a bad decision? I don't understand what, comebacks to hurt them. That's insinuating it was a bad decision to make. And that's an obstruction otherwise. Fifth tackle after the Storm at the 3 minutes. 3 minutes out. So, but that was a bad mistake from Cronulla to give the ball straight back to the Storm, though. Out of Xavier Coates. He's always scoring that. That's an unbelievable try there from Samuel Stone, from Xavier Coates off the top of Samuel Stone Street. Dennis says, if it does play an effect on the fact that if they went for the tap, it's a confidence issue. In what regards is it a confidence issue? If they get the kick and they got by 11, that's going to put scoreboard pressure on. They're receiving the ball as well. And also they're getting confident from the fact that they're enlarging the score. If they go for the tap and they don't score, then what was the point of going with the tap? You could have got some extra points on the table. But if you do score, great, but that's a big if. Especially when you go up against the second best defensive team in the comp. But Xavier Coates going to score here at 31-26. Unfortunately, because Nicho Hynes has missed the kick, it's a great try from Coates. But unfortunately, because Nicho Hynes has missed the kick, it has now wiped off all the positives that the kick would have brought. They want the easy way out for points. I don't think in the context of this game you're correct. In the context of this game, I think that's completely incorrect. If you're looking at this game specifically, they're not looking at the easy out for points. I think it makes a lot more sense in a lot of ways. I personally would have gone for the try, but I disagree that in the context of the game that we are currently watching, that they took the easy way out for points, so it shows they're nervous. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That wasn't showing that they are nervous at all. They've scored 31 points, dude. They've scored 31 points already in this game. In what world is taking the 2 points in the context of that game showing that they're nervous to score? Bro, maybe at 10 minutes in when it's still 0-0, go for it, and you can say they're nervous to go for the try. But with 11 minutes to go of the game, they've scored 31 points in the game. How on earth are you telling me the Sharks are nervous to score a try? That makes no sense in any form of the word. So Ryan Papenhuyzen here from the left-hand side. Let's see if he can convert this. This is where the pressure would come from a 33-26 game. He would need to get this conversion. And he would have missed the kick, which is what the 2 points would have been preferential for, right? Because now, with it being 33-26, say Nicho Hynes gets the kick, it is now a 7-point lead. So, which means the Storm would have to score a converted try again, and also a field goal to tie it up, or a penalty / a try to go into the lead. So, missing the kick there would have been the pressure from getting the 2 points. Again, they didn't get the 2 points, but it does make sense. But it's bullshit to come out and say that the Sharks were showing how scared and nervous they were to go and run the ball and score a try when they've scored 30 points in the game. Your comment makes no sense in the context of this. If you can explain to me how it shows they're nervous whilst they've scored 31 points, I'll give up. I'll give up. 31 points against the Melbourne Storm, second best defensive team in the comp, but they're nervous to score. 10 minutes to go of the game here, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Stefano Utukamanu is going to bring this ball out to the 11, and good tackle there by Talakai. Let's go with the ball, and it's going to be Stefano Utukamanu now who gets the ball to the 20 on first tackle. 10 minutes to go. This is a good round, though. And also, mind you, the Storm still have to score a converted try to take the lead in this game. So the scoreboard pressure is still on in regards to the conversion kicking. He ain't even listening, mate. Don't waste your time on him. But the thing is, Jay, is that, and I think you know this by now, but a lot of other people don't. When I reply to people like this who don't listen to the response and don't want to have the understanding of what I'm trying to say, I'm not really talking to them. I'm kind of speaking it more so for more people to understand kind of the perspective that I'm looking at it from. So regardless of whether old mate's listening to what I'm saying or not, at the end of the day, there are other people out there who are listening to the perspective and understanding a lot more about it as well. They kick this ball into the corner, and it's going to be Will Candy who grabs it, and good run by Will Candy to get out of the end goal and get this ball to the 5. 9 minutes 54 to go here of the game. Here we go. Dan says the Storm has shown the past their game is based on the last 20 minutes. You're not listening, bro. I agree with you. You're not listening to a word that anyone's saying. And that's going to be a strip. That should be a penalty. No, they're going to say it's a knock on here from Molatalo. If I'm the Sharks, you challenge this. You got to challenge this if you're the Sharks. 9.5 minutes to go. Molatalo might drop this. Hello People says, you know when teams miss penalty kicks, do you think the opposing team should get a 20-metre restart instead of a 20-metre dropout? No, I still think that you should still get the benefit. Like, you should still receive something if you miss it. I think it's fine. 20 metres is a bit of a random dropout rule, but like I can understand the necessity of it. And, well, that's not a high tackle. But let's see the strip here. Let's see the strip here from Utuakamanu. Hand on the ball. Hand on the ball. Oh. They're going to call it a loose carry. It's going to be an unsuccessful challenge. Like, Utuakamanu probably knows what he's doing there, but it is going to be a loose carry. So, 31-26. Here we go. Again, if Nicho had got that kick to make it 33-26, it would still be out of a one-score game right now. Because he missed it, it's still a one-score game, but they must convert the kick. Big decision here. No, it was pretty obvious. Like, I thought it might have been a strip, but it was pretty obvious that it was a knock-on. Prey says, game of the round so far, very entertaining. Very good game. Very good game. And both quality teams. Defensively, it's been a little bit... But overall, the game quality has been fantastic. It's been a good round overall. You know, Bulldogs Roosters was a great game. Pappenhausen here off the scrum. He'll go to the right. He passes it off here to Nick Meaney. And they're 15 metres away from the line, first tackle. And 50 Cent, unfortunately, going to be timed out, but there's only one S in Storm. So first tackle now. Well, that's a penalty. Well, not a penalty, but you got to bring it back. Yeah, he shoved the player at the play the ball. Oh, 50 Cent, you're going to learn the rules today, aren't you? It's Nelson Asafa Solomona. He's going to be taken down here. 13 metres away from the line. 9 minutes to go here of the game. They give it out to Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes underneath. Taken down. That's shoulder. That's fine. 7 metres out here from the line. Third tackle. Harry Grant. Short play. Munster. Munster short ball to Sean Ball. But it's going to be 2 metres out from the line. Fourth tackle. Good defence for the Sharks at the moment. Harry Grant gives it to Munster. Munster thinks about himself. Awful play from Munster. Wastes the tackle, and now he's out of the fifth tackle options. Fifth tackle here for the Storm. 7 metres away. They're going to surely go back out to Xavier Coase. Surely. Oh, they're going to go right-hand side. Jerome Hughes kicks it. That's awful. Awful. And the Sharks are away. Oh, it's been lost backwards. Oh, my gosh. I nearly lost my mind. I literally lost my mind with Nico Hines and Cronulla, whoever picked that ball up. What's happening here? This is a penalty. What is Pappenhausen doing? Why was that not a penalty for just standing over the top of him and push it? I don't know what just happened. Second tackle of the Sharks at the 10. You're lucky putting the R in front of the O isn't a 24-hour timeout. So that's going to be good defense there from the Sharks, but the attack was woeful. Munster and Jerome Hughes really came up blunt at the end of that. It was really poor. Oh, it was Billy Burns who luckily flicked that ball back at the back. Sorry, not Nico Hines. All right, so CSF Italico, Adam Fanua Blake gets the ball here to the 33. Comment in the chat right now, guys. 8 minutes to go. It's a 5-point game. Comment in the chat. Will the Storm win this or will the Sharks win this? Let us know who you think will win. Ryan Pappenhausen, little mullet man, gives that ball off to Fa'alongo at the 20. He steps back on the inside. Just don't make a mistake here, Storm. You just need to complete your sets. You need to get yourself into an attacking position. There's still plenty of time. You know, you make a mistake and the Sharks score, it's well and truly game over. Storm by 1, Prey says. Yeah, I don't know. I think Sharks still hold out from here, but like it's going to be a really close finish. Sharks 31-30. So you think the Storm will score? Hello, people. You got a Storm logo in your profile picture. Sure, you'd be back in the Storm in, but Sharks 31-30 means you think that the Storm will score, but not convert the try. So out to Ryan Pappenhausen, and he'll be taken down here. 45 metres out, fourth tackle. Jeez, what a good game. This game's been great. Roosters Bulldogs was great. And Warriors Dolphins ended up being great. Actually, the 2 games I didn't stream today, this weekend were the only blowouts. They put this ball up in the air. Talo, great take. That should be a penalty against the Storm. Wow, there was a takeout of one of the Sharks players off the ball. But anyway, Talakai now gets taken out at the 10 metres. Second tackle here. 6.5 minutes to go here of the game, up by 5. The only 3 games, I've done 3 out of 5 games so far. All 3 games have been absolute crackers. The other 2 games have been shocking. Knights Eels and Manly Cowboys, where the Manly team won by a decent bit. All right, so Sharks third tackle, second half run meters is 6:34 to the Storm, 3:53 here to the Sharks. They're lucky they didn't get high tackle called there. They're going to go, yeah, he's going to claim it. He's going to soak it up here and try and claim a high tackle here, Billy Burns. Hey, listen, smart play. It's a smart play. They're going to try and claim the high tackle call here. Let's see. They don't have a challenge. Definitely a high tackle. Yep, that is a high tackle penalty to the Sharks coming up. And that shouldn't have been missed there by Adam G. Very possible if the Storm score, it'll probably be out wide and a tough kick. Yeah, sure, but Pappenhausen's is still a pretty good kicker. But this will be a penalty to the Sharks here. It's a bad. Jerome Hughes and Munster have kind of been pretty poor in these last 10 minutes, man. You really did yourself a favour not watching the Knights game. I told you guys I was not watching that because I knew it was going to be awful. I knew it was going to be awful. And by doing and missing that game, I was able to do at least half of the first half hour of the Muay Thai boxing class, and it was a very good class. They kind of rushed me in for that first half hour, so it was like full on. So the Sharks now, Nico Hines, and I prefer getting fit over watching that dribble yesterday. Second tackle left for Cronulla at the 42. 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go here. I feel like I feel like the Sharks may score one more and ice it. But if they kick a field goal, make it a 6-point game. Hey, Jay, there you are. You're on here, but you just have to worry about the 7-tackle set, which I don't know if you'd risk right now. So Adam Fanor-Blake at the 22. He gives it to Blake Brayley. Blake Brayley rolls it in. 13 metres out. He's got Will Candy. Candy thinks about the pass, doesn't use it. Taking down 15 metres out. There's a field goal opportunity here if you want to take it and make it a 6-point game. You're right in front, 20 metres out. They won't take it. They give it to Nico. Nico puts that ball in the corner. Knocked back here by the Storm. And Pappenhausen grabs his ball 3 metres out. They're going to say knock on here from the Sharks, actually. So Storm ball at the 10. At the very least, it is... they've got to go 90 metres. But at the very least for Cronulla here, it's first tackle. So they didn't give away a 7-tackle set. Nelson Asafo-Solomona now 25 metres out. 4 minutes and 47 seconds to go here in the game. Should have slapped it right in front, 20 out. I agree, but you risk the 7-tackle set. And the Sharks a couple of weeks ago against the Tigers really struggled in regards to their field goal taking. So third tackle now for the Storm. They're at the 45 after Sean Bloor. Lucky didn't drop that ball, but he's lost the ball. There you go. Yeah, he didn't lose the ball first, but he was juggling around with it and then lost the ball. I saw that coming a mile away, and it does happen. So knock on there from the Storm, Sean Bloor. It'll be Sharks ball at the 45, and they could ice the game right now. They could ice the game right this second with 4 minutes left of the game. Geez, that was a good connection there from CSF Talakai. That's romped it a little bit. He's trying to get the flick at the behind there for Sean Bloor, but Nico Hines, he can't see where the ball is, but he's kind of moving his hand across, which does touch it, but it is a loose carry, and that's what they're going to call every day of the week. That's game. No, it's not, Casey. If the Sharks score, then sure. The Sharks conceded a last-minute try to Canberra Raiders from 90 metres out, just like in round 3 or round 4. So it's not game because there's still only 5 points in it. One converted try wins the game for the Storm. There's still 3.5 minutes to go here. They're likely to get at least a set and a half to go here, the Storm. And again, the Raiders were able to score from 90 metres away about 6 weeks ago against Cronulla down there in Canberra. So no, it's not game just yet. Dennis says Storm can still win. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could listen to anybody else's opinion except for your own. So it's going to be Sharks now taken down here at the 25, third tackle. 3.5 minutes to go. They're going to go out to the right-hand side. Blake Brayley, he'll go underneath to Nico Hines. Nico Hines, he'll get this ball 20 metres away, and he'll be 15 metres away. Full tackle. Do you take the field goal here? Do you take the field goal here? Braden Trindle underneath to McInnes. Good run there, McInnes, but he'll stay 15 out. I would still consider the field goal right now. Make it a 6-point game, but they don't do it. Braden Trindle, he goes through, kicks it through, played at. Jerome Hughes knocks the ball on. I know he held on to it. That's a catch. Well done. Well done. All right, 90 metres to go. 2 minutes 50 to play of the game. First tackle for the Storm. Nelson Asafo-Solomona. Second tackle at the 18. The Sharks have held him in check pretty well today. Prey says, I've seen 3 tries scored in 5 minutes. Plenty of time in the NRL. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we've seen that before. Out of the right side, Pappenhausen gives it off. Oh! Xavier Coates knocks the ball on. Oh, they were away if he caught that. I think it was a bad pass, and now Molitalo's getting into him. Molitalo, he's actually scored 3 tries on you guys today. He scored 3 tries on your wing today, Ronaldo Molitalo. That's great that you're currently in the lead, 31-26, but he has scored 3 tries individually over the top on your side today, Molitalo. So maybe just shush. I know you've scored yourself, but just remember, the guy you're talking shit to has outdone you as well today. Well, he's done as well as you, actually, because Molitalo has been pretty good. But Xavier Coates has scored a hat trick. So why is he going so heavy in? With that being said, it's entertainment. I love it. I do love it. I just love to have a bit of a crack at it too. But I do love the entertainment factor. It gets you talking. All right, so it's going to be Kaolero now. 20 metres out from the line. 20 metres out. Sharks with the ball. If Xavier Coates catches that, by the way, they score and win. Like, they score and win. They have plenty of space. Second tackle here, 13 metres away from the line. Blake Brayley, can they ice the game right now? Adam Fanor-Blake, he's 5 metres out now. Third tackle, 1.5 minutes to go here of the game. If they score, it's game over. If only Molitalo was eligible for Queensland, he was only... Oh, he nearly made a mistake there, Adam. That's fine. Nico Hines at the 10. Queensland's still got Xavier Coates and some good wingers, man. Murray Talangi and Xavier Coates. I think Queensland's fine. Gotta love the personality. Dude just doesn't care when he makes an error. And he makes a lot of them. 4 tackle here. 11 metres out. Nico Hines. He'll give it off here to Britt Nakora. Nakora goes himself. 5 minutes out here. Just 57 seconds to go here, Sharks. You just got to put this ball into a good area or just Settle it down. Don't give away 7 tackle set. They flick this ball out the back. Sharks may score. Adam Fanua-Blake. Can he ice it? No. You have to go 97 metres right now. 45 seconds to go here of the game, guys. Sharks up 31-26. 5-point game. The Storm will have to go 90 metres. Sorry. I didn't see it knock on. But anyway, so 90. No, it is 97 metres. 97 metres here for the Storm to win the game. And they have to convert it too. So they have to score quite close to the post to take away any form of worry. And see, again, if Nico had scored, it would be a 7-point game and the game would be done. 37 seconds to go here of the game. Storm at the 10. They get off to Jerome Hughes. At the back now to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen at the back again. Now, this is Pappenhausen. Sorry, I don't know who that was. With the ball. Nearly broke away. They're at the 20. Grant Anderson. Second tackle now for the Storm in this big rivalry matchup. Pappenhausen. He'll be taken down. He's lost the ball. It's game over. The Sharks win. He's lost the ball, the game's over, and the Cronulla Sharks play up the Nulla, the boys in the black, white, and blue. The Sharks are going to get a big win here. Now they're 5 wins out of their last 6 games for the Sharkies. They're starting to get those wins. They're starting to get those wins. Play the up Nulla song. There's a bit of a biffo on the field right now. Storm unhappy, and there's good crowd. Good atmosphere of this game, considering the Sharks fans are usually quiet as a mouse, and I mean that. It's really good to hear the crowd getting up and at him right now. Suck on that, Dennis Mitchell says. Yeah, Dennis, how you feeling, buddy? Do you like that one? You like that one, champ? Well, there's a tip right for me. So I am now perfect on tips so far this weekend. Chad Farm Money says, yeah, good luck. That's right. Braden just kicking the ball away from Grant. Love it. Wait, so the game's not over yet? So there's actually going to be a penalty for contact here to the Storm. So they're going to get one final play at it. It's probably going to be about the 40. The game is not over yet. There's one final play. Of course, it's Mulatalo. He's actually had a great game, though, Mulatalo. He has, but that is it. Well, no, it was CSF Talakai who gave away the penalty. It wasn't Mulatalo. It was CSF Talakai who's given away this penalty here. Jeez, what a finish we've got coming up here, though. The Storm will get one final play. They have to score and convert. They can't just score. They have to score and convert. Not reading that out. So it's going to be Harry Grant off to Munster. Fit tackle. They whack this ball up. Here we go. Last chance. Game over. Sharks win. Mulatalo is the one who ends it. Biffo. Throw a punch. Dude, there's a Biffo. Dude, of course it's Mulatalo. I think they've just kicked it up deliberately to him because they wanted a biffo. This is fired up, man. This is fired up. These two teams are not fans of each other. They kicked that ball deliberately to Mulatalo. I know it. This was like when Darren Lockyer in Queensland kicked the ball to New South Wales in that Origin game and they just wanted to smash him. That's what they've done with Mulatalo just there. What a crazy finish, dude. Mate, what a game, though. This has been game of the round. I know Bulldogs Roosters happened, and I know the Warriors Dolphins happened. This has been game of the round. Yeah, it is high from there from Talakai. So I'm just waiting for them to confirm the game is over at the moment. So Pappenhausen, yeah, it's like it didn't end up being good, but this is gonna be some ramifications here for Pappenhausen. There's gonna be a penalty to Sharks. The game's not over yet, lads. Yeah, Mulatalo needs to be held back from Pappenhausen. That's dog shit from Pappenhausen. He's trying to get a good hit in. It didn't work out. You'd have to bin him, and there has to be sanctions for it because he's come in there deliberately with the intention to hurt. Pappenhausen has deliberately come in with the intention to hurt there. It actually hasn't hit him and connected with him as well as it should have. Yeah, if the game went on, Ryan would have been sin binned. Good call, Adam G. And on report. And there we go. That's the end of the game. So if the Sharks were losing, they probably would have called that as a penalty and a bin there to Pappenhausen, and the game would have continued. The Sharks are winning, so there's no point taking the penalty there. There's no point making the bin, but he's going to be in trouble there in regards to... I want to see how Mulatalo and Pappenhausen go together here. I want to see if Mulatalo and Pappenhausen shake their hands. Yeah, they do. They do. Okay, they're talking about just in the game. Good stuff. I love that. That's good sportsmanship for there from both teams. Because Public probably knows he's going to be in trouble for that. But there we go, guys. Sharks win 31-26. Happy that I went with the underdog tip. I did tip the old Sharkies to get up, and they have pulled the miracle out of the hat. But look, great game, incredible game. The Sharks now will put themselves up into 4th position for the time being. Not enough to jump above the Storm there in 3rd, but they are now equal to the Storm. The Sharks really want the Titans to get an upset win over the Raiders tomorrow, because if the Titans win, then the Sharks will stay in the top 4 for the week. If the Raiders win, the Raiders will actually go into 3rd position. Sharks will drop back down to 5th, and the Storm will drop off into 4th. But Warriors fans will be super happy the Sharks won. So will the Bulldogs, and some of the Raiders, because the Raiders now can jump into the top 3. On the other side of things, yeah, look, I just hope the Titans can get up for you tomorrow, Sharks. Don't worry. Like, I wish to. But all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. I've got a free day tomorrow, so it's literally just me, you, and the streams. I'm going to go get a massage and have my food now. And Mortalo's doing this the crowd right now. Too funny. Great game, man. But all right, guys, appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't checked out my recent BKRtravel video yet, go check it out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Ripper day of Rugby League. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.